Back to school is just around the corner, and as you get the kids set up for success, make sure you've got a winning insurance plan with the protection you need in place for your home and auto. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. When it comes to protecting your loved ones and property, consider CIG. Give my team an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage in Southwest Florida. Visit a location near you or online at cigflorida.com today.
At Cool Today, we've been keeping our customers cool since 1963. When your AC is broken, you don't want to wait for service. And you shouldn't. With our same-day comfort guarantee, we promise to be there within 4 hours or your service call is free. Our techs are ready to serve you now. Guaranteed. We drive mobile warehouses, and we fix 95% of all AC problems on the same day. If your AC is broke, don't wait. We guarantee we'll be there within 4 hours. Visit CoolToday.com to book now.
CoolToday.com.
Station is supported by Kubota and Florida Coast Equipment.
Hey, it's True Steel inviting you to join me live from Dallas for CPAC Texas 22, August 4th through the 7th. The Conservative Political Action Conference is the largest and most influential gathering of conservatives in the world. Of course, it features a who's who of the GOP, including former President Trump. 92.5 Fox News' coverage of CPAC in Texas is presented by All Phase Electric Service of Florida, Inc. and Floormeisters in Naples.
Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter now, you've heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Anytime, day or night. If your plumbing's just not right, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. If your drains are neat and clean and your toilet's acting weird, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, plumbing nerds.
Even the left speaker sounds right when you're listening to 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
There's one less terrorist in the world. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The leader of Al-Qaeda killed by a U.S. drone strike.
No matter how long it takes, no matter where you hide, if you are a threat to our people, the United States will find you and take you out.
President Biden announcing he authorized the CIA precision strike that killed al-Qaeda senior leader Ayman Al-Zawahiri in Afghanistan.
Fox's Brooke Singman.
71-year-old Zawahiri was known as the right-hand man to Osama bin Laden, who was responsible for the September 11th terror attacks.
Al-Zawahiri was hiding out in a house in Kabul, reportedly owned by a senior Taliban leader. U.S. military officials have said al-Qaeda was trying to rebuild its terror network in Afghanistan under Taliban rule. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's in Malaysia. Second stop on her Asian trip. Next, maybe Taiwan, which China considers its territory.
China is not backing down, releasing missile strike videos ahead of Pelosi's expected visit today. A Chinese media personality also warning the speaker in a tweet saying, quote, "Let her go to Taiwan. Wish herself not be defined by history as a sinner who starts a spiral of escalation."
Fox's Jackie Ibanez. More rain leading to more fear of more flooding in eastern Kentucky, where it's up to 37 people dead. Hundreds remain unaccounted for in widespread devastation. It's primary day in 6 states.
In Michigan, Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer awaits the winner of a large GOP field of challengers. Out west in Washington state, Democratic Senator Patty Murray is competing in a top 2 primary, where all candidates, regardless of party, appear on the same ballot, but only the first and second place finishers go on to November.
Fox's Gernal Scott. Former President Trump added intrigue in Missouri, endorsing Eric in today's Republican Senate primary. Then Eric Greitens and Eric Schmidt each claimed they'd gotten Trump's support. America's listening to Fox News.
You heard us right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
In Fort Myers, less than half a mile east to west. This on MLK, you're moving slow. Fowler to Palm. Expect speeds about 14 miles per hour. We also do want to tell you there's a stalled vehicle in North Fort Myers. It's Barrett Road at Pine Island Road. Slightly slower Pondella as you reach 41, about 10 miles per hour there. Then there's manhole work. This going on Marco Island. North Barfield to North Collier, you're closed 9 to 4. And there's no left turn to North Barfield. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. Belinda Post, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Quiet conditions will persist throughout your Tuesday morning, but you may notice a little bit of a haze to the sky thanks to some Saharan dust moving back in. We will see the return of scattered thunderstorms for late this afternoon and into this evening, where you'll need to look out for some heavy rain along with frequent lightning. A chance for thunderstorms will continue into the early evening hours before we see things wind down shortly after 9-10 p.m. Highs today climb back to 94 degrees. We'll cool down to 77 degrees. Kick off another dry start to your Wednesday. A high of 93 for your Wednesday afternoon with more scattered afternoon thunderstorms in the forecast. That'll be the case for your Thursday and Friday as well. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and you know for a long time, you heard me talking about Amco Bonita Springs. They are just an amazing local conservative business, but I've got to tell you about something really exciting that the owner is doing. Kevin Sabitas is also the founder and CEO of the American Spirit Movement. Now, you heard me talking about their conservative marketplace for a long time now. What you haven't heard is that they're launching a brand new conservative chapter right here in the Estero Bonita Springs area, and experience what a real conservative organization is supposed to be. America First, business with conservatives, constitutional conservatism, all patriotic conservatives are welcome, especially locally owned conservative businesses. You gotta love what Kevin and the American Spirit Movement are doing right here in Southwest Florida and across the country. Visit AmericanSpiritMovement.com/events to get more details on the launch of their first chapter right here in Southwest Florida. The American Spirit Movement, built by conservatives to help unite conservatives. Visit AmericanSpiritMovement.com/events.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. and take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
This is Jada Langford Fleming. I spent 20 years in the classroom as a teacher, but walked away when our school district stopped putting children first, stopped respecting teachers, and forced us to indoctrinate our students with their liberal agendas. I'm running for Lee County School District to change that. I'm running to bring the education of our children back to the forefront of the district's priorities. And I am determined to change the current culture and put parents and taxpayers back in charge of our schools. I'm Jada Langford Fleming. I'm a 7th-generation Floridian, and this community means everything to me. I grew up on many of your TV screens advertising my parents' local car dealership. Remember, y'all spoken here. Well, that was me. Now I'm a mom and a businesswoman who's fed up with our school board and ready to make a change. I'm Jada Langford Fleming, and I am running to bring common sense conservative leadership to our school board, and I'd be honored to have your vote. Paid by Jada Langford Fleming for Lee County School Board, District 6.
Swing and a drive. Greenwell hits a long drive to right field. That ball is gone. Home run, Mike Greenwell.
This is Mike Greenwell. I grew up here in Lee County. From swimming in the Caloosahatchee River to playing baseball at North Fort Myers High School, this has and always will be my home. I was blessed to play Major League Baseball for the Boston Red Sox. But when my career ended, there was only one place I wanted to raise my family and build my business, right here in Lee County. You may have known me as a baseball player hitting home runs for the Red Sox, but I'm also a conservative and a businessman. Now I'm running for the Lee County Commission. This is Mike Greenwell. I'm running so I can fight for lower taxes, less government regulations, and to make sure Lee County remains the best place to live, work, and play.
Greenwell swings. This ball is well hit to right field, and that ball is out of here. Another home run for Mike Greenwell.
This is Mike Greenwell, and I'm ready to hit a home run for Lee County. Paid by Mike Greenwell, Republican for Lee County Commissioner, District 5.
Recently, a new client called me and started by saying, "Mr. Morgan, I really need your help, but I'm just a nobody." Those words stunned me, and I immediately called him back, and we're now helping him and his family after a terrible accident. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Everybody who comes to our firm at their time of need is a somebody. I grew up poor, but my grandmother was like a queen to us. At Morgan & Morgan, our goal is to level the playing field for you and your family at your time of need. The insurance company has unlimited money and resources. You need a firm who can fight them toe-to-toe. For right at 30 years, we have fought them in courtrooms throughout America. Our results speak for themselves. And always remember this, everybody is a somebody, and nobody is a nobody. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about our firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do.
Thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for your support for veterans in the military. Educating us. Standing up for conservatism. Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Listen, it's good. It's a good thing. I got questions. I always have questions. It's okay to question things that happen with your legislators, with people locally, with friends, with family members, with politicians. Questions are good. Jake, isn't it nice when people ask questions? Don't you like when somebody asks questions instead of just believing whatever anybody says right at face value? It's always good to ask simple questions, right?
No, must be robot.
239-479-5592. That is the Brett AC Talk and Text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. You can go there to watch. You can subscribe to our channel on Rumble. Thank you for doing that, because that's where you go to watch. Also, Facebook.com/Drew Steele Radio. Yes, for the time being, we are up on Facebook. CPAC Dallas will be there broadcasting live both Thursday and Friday. Lots of great guests lined up. Mike Opelka will be joining us as well. It's going to be a lot of fun, so we're looking forward to that. Now, you may be asking, well, wait a minute. This is your first Friday. Seed the Table is on Friday at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road. You're always there, 6 to 9 a.m., broadcasting live on your first Friday. So what about this week? Well, our first Friday will now become the second Friday this month. So not this Friday, but the following Friday, we will be there broadcasting live. So don't you worry, we will be there, and we're looking forward to seeing you as well. It's going to be great, as usual. All right, just simple questions. You know, the Intel community when they desire, do quite a bang-up job. They do a good job keeping us safe and getting people off the globe, so to speak. As Zawahiri, you may have heard yesterday, because the president made a big stink about it. And rightly so. Listen, this is a big deal that the U.S. And the intel found Al-Qaeda leader Al-Zawahiri. They kill him in a drone strike, apparently. The president talked about it yesterday. We'll play some of the audio. Those that don't know, Al-Zawahiri took over for bin Laden shortly after the U.S. got him over 11 years ago, and they were working side by side. Questions as to why Zawahiri would be, I guess, just outside of Kabul. For those that don't know, that's in Afghanistan. Strange that he would be in Afghanistan, considering that we've been told that there is no Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan, that's part of the reason why you would leave Afghanistan, because there's really nothing here to do anymore. I mean, we should just leave the billions of dollars worth of stuff there, and maybe some airfields that we don't necessarily need anymore, and ultimately let's get out. So we'll get to that coming up in just a minute. But again, I have questions, and it's okay. This is a good thing. This is a good thing that the U.S. Intel Services pulled off. If we're going to be led to believe that it was Joe Biden as president of the United States, sometimes tough guy, sometimes confusing guy, just saying, that he was the one that decided that this was going to happen, that had to make the decision. Well, yeah, he does make the decision, but I'm just asking. We have a history with Joe Biden. We have a history of what Joe Biden does and does not do in situations like this. Do we not?
And we had to make a decision. The president, he went around the table with all the senior people, including the chiefs of staff. And he said, I have to make this decision. What is your opinion? He started with the National Security Advisor, the Secretary of State, and he ended with me. Every single person in that room hedged their bet, except Leon Panetta. Leon said, go. Everyone else said, 49, 51, got to me and he said, Joe, what do you think? And I said, I didn't know we had so many economists around the table. I said, we owe the man a direct answer. Mr. President, my suggestion is don't go. We have to do two more things to see if he's there.
All right, so Joe's thing was don't go, right? Remember that? Don't go, Joe. Don't go, Joe. Said, hey, don't go. Bin Laden, yeah, don't go. And ultimately, that was the wrong decision. So don't go, Joe, somehow become you got to go, Joe. Or go, Joe, or go, Joe, go, or something like that. Or does it really matter? I mean, it's
True international effort to pressure.
To be saying that, it's the same thing. And so Joe goes, right? So because, he's the guy. I mean, ultimately, he's the one that tells us to go. So the guy who didn't want to go, no go, Joe, now tells us we got to go. And so, look, and again, I'm not minimizing the fact, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not minimizing the fact that this guy is off the planet, Al-Zawahiri, right? Although, yes, there have probably been more than half a dozen times in the past 5 years, 6 years, 10 years that we've been told that he's no longer around, but that's okay. Yeah, there's some questions about why we find out that this happened over the weekend, and yesterday at 7:30 prime time is the time that he announces. Yeah, there's questions as to why it took 48 hours for the response from the Taliban after this drone strike that killed Zawahiri. It just seems odd that the timing would be, I don't know, it's kind of suspect. You would imagine that if your leader were taken off the planet, that moment is when you say something about the strike. Do you wait 2 days before you say anything? I'm just asking questions. That's all. I'm not saying it's not a good thing. I'm just asking questions. It's what we do. And so Joe Biden up there yesterday in front of a microphone outside, letting everybody know about this strike, taking out Al-Zawahiri. Some more questions after he speaks.
As Commander-in-Chief, it is my solemn responsibility to make America safe in a dangerous world. The United States did not seek this war against terror. It came to us. And we answered with the same principles and resolve that have shaped us for generation upon generation. To protect the innocent, defend liberty, and we keep the light of freedom burning, a beacon for the rest of the entire world.
And just a question. So when he starts off by saying,
as Commander-in-Chief, it is my solemn responsibility to make America safe in a dangerous world.
It is a dangerous world, and you do need to keep us safe. And as Commander-in-Chief, certainly of the military, that is part of what you do. It's what you do. I think Bernie Sanders said that.
This is what you do.
It's what you do. Even Bernie, can you imagine Bernie Sanders as commander of the military? Can you imagine Bernie Sanders as Commander-in-Chief of the military? We were this close, everybody. My fingers are thinly spread apart. If you're watching at drewsteele.com, this close. It could have been Bernie. Could have been Bernie. You know, does that extend to our southern border? I'm just asking. Does that extend to those that were left behind in Afghanistan? I'm just asking. These are just questions that you want to ask. It's okay to ask questions. Vetting people, asking questions is always a good thing. No?
People around the world no longer need to fear the vicious and determined killer. The United States continues to demonstrate our resolve and our capacity to defend the American people against those who seek to do us harm. You know, we make it clear again tonight that no matter how long it takes, no matter where you hide, if you are a threat to our people, the United States will find you and take you out.
Yeah, except if it was bin Laden and there was a decision to make, and I'm a no-go Joe. But that was different. Don't spoil the party. Don't take away from the moment. It's important that we all understand that Al-Zawahiri is no longer on this planet and is no longer going to be a threat, being neutralized by a drone and U.S. intel finding him. And Joe Biden, well, listen, you stand up to the mic and get everything prepped up and get him ready and whatever. Does he take some, maybe it's some Boost, Boost, the beverage that you take when you don't have enough going on with your vitamin intake and stuff. He sucks down an Ensure or whatever it is, and boom, there he is. He's ready to go with the speech. One other thing.
I'm sharing this news with the American people now after confirming the mission's total success through the painstaking work of our counterterrorism community and key allies and partners. My administration has kept congressional leaders informed as well. When I ended our military mission in Afghanistan almost a year ago, I made the decision that after 20 years of war, the United States no longer needed thousands of boots on the ground in Afghanistan to protect America from terrorists who seek to do us harm. And I made a promise to the American people.
No, stop. I can't even hear promises from Joe Biden and the American people on Afghanistan. Really? Do you really want to go there? Yeah, he did. So Afghanistan comes up. There are some people that might say politically, and I'm not one of them, but as an outsider looking in, there are some people that might say, hey, Joe, stay away from the Afghanistan conversation. Don't bring it up. There's no reason to bring it up. Especially when we got out of Afghanistan the way we did, and what we left behind, and who we left behind, and how we left everything behind, and to come to find out that Al-Zawahiri apparently is just outside of Kabul, which last time I checked, like I said before, is in Afghanistan, which would lead you to believe that Al-Qaeda is in Afghanistan, but I thought they weren't in Afghanistan, so there's no reason to be there in Afghanistan, so we pull out of Afghanistan, and we get out of there in such a way that the rest of the world goes, hey, this looks like a good place to set up shop, and it doesn't look like there's going to be too much of a threat. Hey, do we get to talk about that? Is that too many questions? Listen, it's victory lap time. Everything is good. We got rid of Zawahiri. He is gone. It's thanks to a president that's had a good couple of weeks, according to our friend Brett Baer. There on the Fox News channel, I guess it was mentioned by him that it's been a couple of good weeks, I guess. Is that right? Did he say that? Al-Qaeda strike is a huge win, yeah. And Biden had a couple of good weeks. Has it a couple of good weeks? Again, we don't want to take away from the moment. So there you go. So we have the safety and security first in the forefront, first in the mind of Joe Biden, ahead of everything else, that we want to keep this nation safe across the globe. Americans across the globe are safe. There might be some questions that we might ask that have to do with Iran and how they're kind of ramping things up on the nuclear side. Or nuclear. I don't. It's sometimes it's hard to say. It depends on who you ask, because it looks as if they've got some things going on there in Iran and getting some centrifuges fired up, and they want to have things fired up so that they would be able to, peacefully defend Iran, because they're always under attack. That kind of thing. Said nobody. But it's all about keeping the globe free and safe. So I just have questions. And later on this morning, we will have Rich Kolko, who spent, 19 years in the FBI? I don't know, maybe 50 years. I don't know how many. It's a lot. But Wink safety and security expert is going to be here. I believe he's going to be in studio, or he's going to be on with us in just a little bit. And we're going to talk about the taking out of Zawahiri and how the intel community works up to this point, getting to that. So we'll get into the details of how this works and some of the questions that I have, how does it take why do we wait 48 hours? Why do we wait? I think we probably knew what we did or didn't we? We did, right? What? All right. So there you go. That is the news from Washington. And Joe Biden, who cares about the country deeply.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to foot.
That's not nice. All right, 239-479-5592. What do you say we take a break right now? And when we come back, if you want to text, if you want to call, that would be great. We'll talk a little bit more about some of the other things that are going on, including here in the state. ESG has been a big discussion with the governor here in the state. The concerns that we have about staying away from woke businesses. I know some locally get frustrated when the governor goes after those woke corporations. What is woke? What does that even mean? Woke corporations, the air quotes. I mean, what is he doing? It's just more attacks on businesses. It's more attacks on people, right? Because that's the evil governor that we have here. I'm telling you, there are some people that will say that. But a discussion about ESG coming up at 7 o'clock. We'll get into what the governor is doing with State Representative Bob Rommel, who's going to join us in just a bit. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5, Fox News, right
Did you know people drive from all over Florida to save money on diamonds?
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan from Duncan's Diamonds, and we have thousands of diamonds, all shapes, all sizes, half carat to 10 carats. Because we are direct diamond importers, we own one of the largest selections of amazing diamonds here in the United States.
And offer prices lower than other jewelers, where overhead cost is very high.
We want you to find that diamond that you really love today and save.
Duncan's Diamonds handpicks diamonds from diamond cutters all over the world to ensure you get the best.
Best prices guaranteed, low monthly payments, a spectacular gift from Duncan's Diamonds.
And at Duncan's Diamonds, we have spectacular financing and layaway plans, including no or low interest.
We will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on that.
Duncan's Diamonds. US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, Naples at Mercado, and Port Charlotte Town Center.
Don't sweat, call Brett.
Summer in Southwest Florida. The worst time for your AC to go out. Then the temp starts rising, you get hot, you're frustrated, and now starting to sweat. You need to make a call, but who? Don't sweat, call Brett. Our technicians at Brett Air Conditioning are the best in the industry, providing honest work, quality service, and integrity you can count on. When you call, you can have a peace of mind knowing that we are family-owned and not a corporate company. Our technicians are not salesmen and won't sell you something you don't need. We provide our customers with quality indoor air comfort services and products you can trust. My family has been serving Southwest Florida for 50 years and raising up the next generation, like me, to ensure we stay family-owned.
Don't sweat, call Brett.
License number CAC 1819995.
Hi, I'm Kathy Stout. I'm running for Lee County School Board District 1. I'm a parent, not a politician, a businesswoman, not a lawyer. My priorities? Kids first with safe schools, higher academic achievement, and a curriculum focused on education of excellence. As a community role model to children and parents, I do believe we can go beyond the classroom as partners in our children's hopes and dreams. On August 23rd, vote Kathy Stout for Lee County School Board District 1. I'm Kathy Stout, and I approve this message.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
All right, one of my favorite calls always is with Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And anytime I'm hearing from Dave, I know something special is going on. So we know we have new Dreamweaver carpets, and we know the installation time frame very quick, but we also know that there's some other things that are going on with carpets. Tell us a little bit more, Dave.
Hey, Drew, this Dreamweaver carpet that is the hottest thing since sliced bread. We stock about 20 rolls of it. It has a step warranty. We could carpet the average person's steps, an average set of steps, for $750 to $850. We also can do the average guest bedroom in remnants for like $500. That's carpet pad and labor, and turn out the old carpet. And you got to stop in to see this. We stock 20 rolls of it, but there's like 100 and some available.
Now's the time to visit their store at 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco, or online at floormeisters.com.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you and your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
This Fox Business Report is presented by the Darda Real Estate Group at dardagroup.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Just like flipping houses for a quick profit, flipping new e-vehicles for sky-high prices is a hot trend. But General throwing a wrench into the works. It plans to void the warranties on certain vehicles sold within 12 months of delivery to dealers. Geico reportedly closes all 38 of its agent offices in California, laid off employees, and will no longer sell insurance via phone in the state. Californians can still buy policies online. An attorney says Ben & Jerry's and Unilever failed in mediation to resolve a dispute over the ice cream maker's plans to end sales in Israeli-occupied Palestinian territories. And stocks kick off the month with modest losses. The Dow fell 46 points. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is building Do Good Village in Land O'Lakes, Florida. It's a first-of-its-kind community with over 100 homes for program recipients, a place where Gold Star families, families of fallen first responders, and catastrophically injured heroes can live together with neighbors who understand, a place where the children of these families will grow up together. Help America's greatest heroes and their families to heal together. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Coin Tip of the Day. Every day it seems we're hearing bad news from around the globe. Eastern Europe's at war. There's food shortages. Prices are on the rise. The politicians in this country have really screwed this world up. But when I wake up in the morning and I greet the beautiful day in Southwest Florida, I know that God has made our life fortunate. If you're having a bad day, reach out and find some help. Yeah, we have problems, and your air conditioner might break, but we can handle that. Just remember how fortunate we are in the world, and thank God we live in Southwest Florida. It's truly our paradise. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949, and thanking God every day.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
In my experience over the years, I have talked to so many patients that were told, you've got arthritis, there's nothing that can be done for your back, neck, or leg pain. You'll just have to live with it. Arthritis means inflammation in a joint, a very general word that doesn't help much at all. What's more important is to discover what is causing the inflammation. At Johnston Spinal Care 596-BACK, I have found that very often one of the underlying problems is nerve or joint compression. Non-surgical spinal decompression is a simple but ingenious treatment that may be the solution you've been looking for, the safest and newest approach with long-lasting healing. Spinal decompression therapy helps relieve pain from herniated discs, neuropathy, sciatica, and stenosis, removing nerve compression and allowing blood and nutrition to go back into the spinal joints to start real healing. What you do today affects your tomorrow. Let us help. Johnston Spinal Care. Call 596-BACK for a free telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-2225.
It takes several sources of energy to bring you energy. There's natural gas, nuclear, solar, and something else. What led us to go green before it was fashionable and reduce our dependence on foreign oil back in 2001, all while standing up for the American values we hold dear. You must have a source of energy that's pretty darn special. Florida Power and Light.
Hello, I'm Dr. D'Amico. Have you been told you need a denture? Don't make the mistake of going to your dentist or the dentist closest to your home. A denture is a work of art and should look as beautiful as natural teeth. That's why I have a denture laboratory on site. We place each tooth exactly where it should go so I can make the most beautiful looking denture just for you. And with my lab, I can make your new denture the same day. Come in the morning, you'll leave that afternoon with your new denture. Others make you wait 2 to 3 months because your denture is going to be made in some other state or even some other country, and you're going to get a cookie cutter looking denture. Do you really want your friends and family members to know you have a denture? Of course not. Ask me how Medicare can help pay for your denture. Visit my website, see all our current specials, watch some videos, even before and after pictures. Go to dentistofnaples.com. That's dentistofnaples.com. Or call 234-5284. That's 234-5284. I'm Dr. D'Amico, the denture artist. I can help you.
License number DN15639.
Millions of people use Zoom Phone, the innovative and feature-rich cloud phone system for businesses of any size. Zoom Phone is simple to use, whether you're on a mobile device, desktop, laptop, or desk phone. And because every call is important to your business, Zoom Phone was built with reliability in mind, using geographic redundancy to keep your communications online. Empower your workforce with Zoom Phone. Visit zoom.com/phone system. Zoom, how the world connects.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
This is Kevin Carnes, your Lee County Clerk of Courts and Comptroller. One of the greatest honors of my life was getting the call that America's Governor, Ron DeSantis, had appointed me to the position of Clerk of Courts. Governor DeSantis knew my 15 years of experience working in the clerk's office, along with my conservative principles, made me the right choice to be your Clerk of Courts. I've worked hard to not let him or you down. Now, I'm running to continue serving in that capacity. I'm Kevin Carnes, and as your Clerk of Courts and Comptroller, I am dedicated to ensuring your government works transparently and you have open access to government records. I also stand as a check and balance to hold our local government accountable. As a lifelong conservative, you can trust me to make the best decisions with your tax dollars and always uphold our constitutional liberties. I'm Kevin Carnes, and I'm asking for your vote so I can keep working as your Clerk of Courts. After all, Governor DeSantis picked me, you should too. Paid by Kevin Carnes, Republican for Lee County Clerk of Courts.
Don't sweat, call
Summer in Southwest Florida, the worst time for your AC to go out. Then the temp starts rising, you get hot, you're frustrated, and now starting to sweat. You need to make a call, but who? Don't sweat, call Brett. Our technicians at Brett Air Conditioning are the best in the industry, providing honest work, quality service, and integrity you can count on. When you call, you can have a peace of mind knowing that we are family-owned and not a corporate company. Our technicians are not salesmen and won't sell you something you don't need. We provide our customers with quality indoor air comfort services and products you can trust. My family has been serving Southwest Florida for 50 years and raising up the next generation, like me, to ensure we stay family-owned.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
License number CAC 1819995.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, once again, a reminder, we'll be in Dallas for CPAC Thursday and Friday, broadcasting live along with Mike Opelka. We got some great guests lined up. Looking forward to a great couple of days. And that means our first Friday of the month at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples will be moved to the second Friday of the month, just for this month. So we'll be moving our Friday to next Friday. So just be aware of that. Looking forward to seeing you there as we broadcast live from Oaks Farm Seed to Table next Friday. Not this week, the following week, but this week, Thursday and Friday. We will be in Dallas at CPAC. 239-479-5592 is the Brett AC Talking text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. Always appreciate you watching, subscribing to the channel on Rumble. Look, Jake, things aren't really that bad. It's not like things have gotten out of control when it comes to, I don't know, silly woke stuff. Like, you love social media. People love social media. It's not like there are people around the globe. You enjoy that, right? Your favorite things to do right now are get onto social media and see what? You got special maybe savings coupons. Maybe you've got some kind of cute kitty that's hanging from a branch.
Recipes.
Maybe recipes on the next big thing that you're going to be making. At least people aren't getting arrested or anything for their social media posts. So that's a good thing.
Breaking news. A bombshell.
Oh, yes, they are. Oh, yes, they are. Hey, it's not just here, everybody.
The Ipswich Hampshire Police would realise how ridiculous this is. It is ridiculous. It is. Good. I'm happy to come to this.
What did it need to come to?
Tell us why you escalated it to this level. Because I don't understand. I posted something that he posted. You come to arrest me, you don't arrest him. Why has it come to this? Why am I in cuffs? Because of something he shared, then I shared.
Because someone has been caused, obviously, anxiety based upon your social media post. That's
not his.
why you've been
All right, so there you go, everybody. The reason why this gentleman was arrested in the UK, a 51-year-old Army veteran named Darren Brady, they showed up at his home in Aldershot because he shared a meme that had to do with a pride flag. And look, it was shaped like a swastika. All right, so maybe some people got a little upset about that. But somebody got so upset that they felt anxious. And they felt so anxious that they reported it to police, in which case the 51-year-old Army veteran was arrested and taken away by Hampshire police because somebody felt anxious about what they did to the pride flags. Now, is this something that is over the top? Is it a little too much? Is this the kind of thing that... Because there are some people that say, Drew, well, you don't understand. I mean, isn't this the kind of red flag stuff that we would be looking for in the United States? I mean, if somebody were to take pride flags and make them in the shape of a swastika, wouldn't that be something that you would look at and say, Nazi sympathizer, white supremacist, AK-15s, the guns that go brr, brr, that kind of stuff, and then next thing you know it, we got an incident going on. Is that? I don't know, man. You decide, or you tell me what you think. 239-479-5592. But somebody felt anxious because of a social media post, and so this is why that person had to be arrested. Now, the good news is it's the UK. So they talk funny, all right, over there. You can half the time you can't even understand what they're talking about. You know, they're saying outside and they're going to smoke some fags and meaning cigarettes. Who knew? I didn't know that's what that meant, right? I got to go in the building and take a lift? What is a lift? I don't even know. It's an elevator. Why are you calling it these kind of things that people just don't.
The bin. Put it in the bin.
Put it in a bin. What's a bin? That's not a bin is where you store stuff. It's not where you throw trash away, right? So they talk funny. So that you already have that issue going on, right?
Hard to translate sometimes.
It's difficult. So let them, figure it all out. It's not. It would never happen here. We don't have anything going on when it comes to woke politics or anything that you should be worried about being secure and safe on the streets of America.
Breaking news. A bombshell.
Oh, yes, you do. Oh, yes, you've got all kinds of problems. Remember George Soros? He's still around, that guy. He's a billionaire. He's got a lot of money. And not the kind of billionaire that wins every once in a while in a lottery. That's it. No. He's a genuine, real hard-working billionaire. And he's got this editorial that he wrote in the Wall Street Journal. So the Wall Street Journal's like, yeah, George Soros wants to write an editorial. Let's give him some time. He intends to continue dropping tens of millions of dollars in donations to get woke, progressive district attorneys elected in cities across the nation. He says that such prosecutors are making the criminal justice system, quote, more effective and just. Despite a whole lot of evidence to the contrary, including the issues of crime, countless shattered lives, all the things that we are constantly seeing when it comes to BLM and Antifa and maybe going after federal buildings, maybe going after people personally, maybe how, for example, there's one, what's that story about? Oh, man, I have to find this story. Oh, yeah, here you go. Nothing to see here. I'm sure that the 3 suspects accused of beating a 17-year-old in Akron, Ohio to death avoided murder charges and a grand jury indictment because they were just innocent. There's nothing to see here. Everything is fine. They passed down a lesser charge to the 3 suspects. Indicted on 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter, 1 count of aggravated assault. One of them indicted on 1 count of involuntary manslaughter and assault. One other indicted on 2 counts of assault. But no problem, nothing to see here. Everybody's fine. This happened at the I Promise Schools basketball court that was started by LeBron James. Isn't that right? So the story is horrible. It's horrific. But there are plenty of stories how there are people that are victims of horrific crimes where it seems like the victims, But have you heard about the criminal and what they've got going on? And man, we got to be doing the right thing by those criminals because, we need reform. We just need reform, and that's all we need. If we just had reform, if we had enough people in LA and other places across the country in these progressive liberal areas that could go free after committing horrific crimes, and we can just let them go, then they would understand the error of their ways. Now, the people that are deceased because of some of the things that they do, or possibly harmed in some way, shape, or form, will eventually heal. Well, not everybody, but most people will eventually heal and get over it. And it's really about doing the right thing by the... So, I know, am I exaggerating? Does that sound really over the top? Americans desperately need a more thoughtful discussion about our response to crime. This is George Soros. People have had enough of the demagoguery and divisive partisan attacks that dominate the debate and obscure the issues. By the way, did you know he's 91 years old? George Soros is 91. He explains that, in his view, the American justice system is unfair. He says, quote, what? He says, quote, yet our system is rife with injustices that make us all less safe. The idea that we need to choose between justice and safety is false. They reinforce each other. If people trust the justice system, it'll work. And if the system works, public safety will improve.
I could think of a few unfair things that he's done.
Yeah? It's a weird statement to make about trusting the justice system that is being created and manipulated by George Soros and putting people out there that you don't trust. The whole idea is that he's putting people in positions of power or helping people to get elected into positions of power that you don't trust, that you see are not keeping the streets safe. But nope, he's not going to stop backing down, getting those woke DAs there, even though there is a spike of crime in urban areas. But nothing to see here. Just move along. You got to go. By the way, in case you're wondering, according to the New York Post, the Capital Research Center reported in January of this year, a source has given more than $29 million to left-wing district attorney candidates through a network of political action committees. Other incumbents who have benefited from the largesse include Larry Krasner in Philadelphia, Kim Fox in Cook County, Illinois, Kim Gardner in St. Louis, and Kim Ogg in Harris County, Texas. Hey, have you checked to see how things are going over there? Even some of the places like San Francisco and Chesa Bodine and George Gascon in L.A. In case you're wondering how it's going with George Soros and getting all these people elected, Gascon gave 5 months probation to a drugged-out paroled teen who mowed down a mother and baby in a stolen car. 2 Almonte officers were shot and killed by a gang member out on a Gascon-arranged plea deal. Alvin Bragg charged a bodega worker in Manhattan with murder after he defended himself in an attack while the attacker's girlfriend was not charged despite stabbing the employee 3 times. By the way, the Chicago Bears, if you're a big fan of the Chicago Bears, do the Bears have a do they have a fight song? The Bears? Does anybody know?
I've never heard.
They've got to have some kind of, I'm not talking about like the, back in the day in the 80s, they had some kind of shuffle, the Curly Shuffle or something like that. They had the Bears had a song, they shuffled, and the players all danced, and it was like it's like almost like a rap song, and they shuffled. Did you know that? Look it up. Look it up. 80s, just type in 80s Chicago Bears song, and you can see. Don't know if you know this, but the Bears just announced that they're moving from downtown's Soldier Field because of the constant shootings. How about that? But okay, I guess they'll fight to a certain point. Then it becomes we'll fight, but the guns we're not fighting anymore. Did you find it?
Nothing.
What?
I'd put 80s Chicago Bears song. Nothing came up.
Hold on a second.
I got the Super Bowl shuffle.
That's it. Isn't that? Let's see. I'll find it. Here we go. All right. Hold on a second. Is this it? Let me see here. Oh, that's it. The Bears. Here we go. Hold on.
We are the Bears, shuffling crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you. We're so bad, we know we're good, blowing your mind like we knew we would. You know.
So glad we made it past that.
We're so bad, we know we're good. Is that the lyrics? Sorry. All right. So there you go. The Bears shuffling out of Soldier Field because. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. You could make this stuff up, but people will say, well, why don't you have some security there? Right? What's going on? What's the DA doing? What are we doing to keep these cities safe? Nothing! We're doing things to make it worse. Well, we're not. But George Soros is. Because, it's not fair. Because it's really about the criminal. It's not about them. 239-479-5592. Let's shuffle out of here. Let's take a break. And when we come back, a reminder, we'll talk a little bit about ESG in the state of Florida. It is something you need to know because it goes back to woke politics, and some people seem to think that woke politics are good, that we should be concentrating on environmental and social justice in this state. We're just not doing enough of it. So we'll get to that coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
The right place for local talk. Drew now, Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Lori, Ford O'Connell's mom.
And I'm Sarah, Ford's wife. We're big believers in family and freedom. You may have seen Ford on Fox News fighting for conservatives. Well, let me tell you personally, no one will fight for you like Ford. I'm proud to call him my husband.
Hi, it's Ford. I'd be nowhere without my family. They've got my back, and I'll have yours as your next state representative, alongside our great governor. Vote Ford O'Connell on August 23rd. Paid for by Ford O'Connell, Republican for state representative.
The Diamond District.
Jason and Todd want to meet and share with you personally the largest selection of GIA loose certified diamonds at the most competitive prices in the world.
At the Diamond District.
Why does Comcast Business power more businesses than any other provider? It has technology solutions that put you ahead, plus the fastest, reliable network and serious savings. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, 239-479-5592 is the Brett AC talking text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the channel there on Rumble. What is this? I don't know. I just got sent something. Hold on. Let me see what this. Let me open this up and see what this is. And because it's all right. What is this? So some kind of cringe-worthy video that's out right now. Let's just play this. I don't know what it is, but let's figure it out together. Check this out. Listen.
Hey, everybody! Hi! Well, can we give it up for the first, second gentleman of the United States of America?
Oh, it's Kamala Harris on a Zoom call.
And I'm good. Listen, I'm going to talk about my husband for a second. My husband. I love my husband. But let me tell you, one of the things that has been so wonderful to see about who we are as Democrats.
I just have to stop for a second. Kamala Harris, the vice president of these United States, one really bad fall away from the presidency. Kamala Harris, okay, is the only one of the few people that I've ever heard of that can go from a really awkward talking moment into a very serious moment. I want to talk about my husband. My husband's so fine. We got to talk about what's going on in the country right now. All right, is that what she just did? Listen.
Give it up for the first, second gentleman of the United States of America.
Now watch her shift. She shifts, right?
And I'm good. Listen, I'm going to talk about my husband for a second. My husband. I love my husband. But let me tell you, one of the things that has been so wonderful to see about who we are as Democrats and who Joe Biden is when he said, I know that a woman can be vice president, right? Is that with that came another history-making event, which is there is now not a second lady, but a second gentleman. And what that means, let's think about it, because I'm going to talk in a moment about what we stand for as Democrats.
Okay. It's still going. Hold on. Let's find out what she says.
And a lot of what we stand for, if you want to step back and think about it, is, as Joe Biden often says, the possibilities. We as Democrats have an ability to see what is possible, what can be, unburdened by what has been.
I'm sorry.
Where'd she steal that from?
I don't know. Listen, I'm still trying to get over how she shifts from joking around to very serious. Like it's remarkable, but she's able to do that. So there you go. Another fun, cringeworthy moment, thanks to and afforded to us by the vice president of these United States. Hey, speaking of cringeworthy, I wish we had some cringeworthy Dr. Fauci audio.
I represent science.
We do. Hey, here's the latest from the Fauci, who is starting to come around once again and tell everybody that you're a big problem here, that the world is going to basically come to an end because you're just a walking germ, and you're not doing anything about it to stop from communicating your germs to others. And what's the latest now? We're still, here we go. The latest on you being the problem with what's been happening with the pandemic and COVID and moving into the future and masking and what?
Unfortunately, given the fatigue that we have in this country from 2.5 years of this, everyone is tired of it. So it's very difficult, superimposed upon an anti-vax type feeling among some, superimposed upon political divisiveness we have in this country, which, and the social media misinformation and disinformation, it's very difficult to get people to adhere to common sense public health measures.
It's really hard to get you people to deal with and to figure out and do stuff with common sense public health measures because politics. And and I know when he talks about the politics of all of this that he's the man who represents science.
I represent science.
So it's certainly not coming from his end. And it's certainly not coming from any of the people that shut down the economy, did anything at all. Talked about how you got a double, triple mask. Masks are no good. Masks are really good. You got a double and triple mask. How we got to get double, triple, quadruple vaxxed. I mean, it's the only way that we're going to be able to stop. It doesn't stop anything because don't we have a president now who, for some reason, and we still haven't got an answer as to why. For some reason, as a quadruple boosted, double vaxxed, whatever macchiato, I don't know, whatever word you could use, still ended up getting once again the vid, right? We went away and then it came back again. Wasn't there an explanation on that? Oh, here it is. Okay, somebody did ask Karine Jean-Pierre, the White House press secretary, about it.
A follow-up on the COVID topic. Is it possible that the president, in his understandable desire to show that he was able to work through his first bout of COVID, pushed himself too hard? And that is partially what led to this coming again. I mean, any body, be it 79 or 46, has to rest when you get this.
Wait a minute. Okay, so that's what it is. Is it possible he just pushed himself too hard, everybody? That's all it is. He's just pushed himself, and that's why he got COVID again. That's what happened.
Coronavirus!
So, that's all just working too hard. What?
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career, including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East, would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you and your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Dear Lee County residents, on August 23rd, you'll elect a new county commissioner due to the passing of Frank Mann. I'm Joseph Gambino, and I'm not a politician. I don't have any special interest to serve on the county commission seat. I always put God, family, and country first. Lee County is one of the fastest growing counties in our nation. I'm committed to keep taxes low and maintain our quality of life. I'll get right to work and tackle the key issues in our county, like rapid development, rising electric rates, supporting small businesses, and water quality. My opponents are wealthy, power-hungry tycoons, one in construction development and the other a serial politician in commercial real estate. I doubt their motives as county commissioner have anything to do with improving life for you or your family. Elect me, and I will owe no favors to anyone except doing what's in the best interest of the residents of Lee County. I will be a commissioner for the people. So, on August 23rd, vote for Joseph Gambino, Lee County Commissioner, District 5. I'm Joseph Gambino, and I approve this message.
In the morning and at night, we're the station that gets it right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right. All along.
He was killed on a balcony. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Justice has been delivered, and this terrorist leader is no more.
President Biden announcing U.S. drone strike killed Ayman Al-Zawahiri in Afghanistan's capital, Kabul. He's al-Qaeda's leader who took over when the U.S. took out Osama bin Laden and blamed for being one of the masterminds in the attacks on America, including 9/11.
The president said he kept Congress informed during the operation and also kept the promise to not let Afghanistan be a terrorist launching pad, even after U.S. troops left.
Fox's Gernal Scott. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is now in Malaysia, expected to go to Taiwan today. And Republican Senator Tom Cotton tells Fox she has to, after warnings from China not to go to territory it claims to own.
Taking provocative actions to see if they can get away with it. And if they can get away with it, what signal will that send to our allies all around the world?
American basketball star Brittany Griner back in court in Russia today on drug charges. Her lawyer says,
well, it should be over very soon. So on Thursday, there will be closing debates already. So the verdict will be very soon.
And Maria Blagovalina says Griner is hopeful she can go home soon. The U.S. and Russia are considering a prisoner swap to free Griner and Paul Whelan, who's been detained since 2018 as an accused spy. Washington, D.C. police are searching for whoever started shooting in an apartment complex last night. One person was killed, 5 wounded.
We're seeking the public's assistance for any information related to the shooting.
Chief Robert Conti. The polls are just opening in Michigan, one of 6 states holding primaries. They can also vote starting now in Missouri.
Former Governor Eric Greitens had been leading his Republican rivals, but over the last month, as those rivals highlight his personal scandals, Attorney General Eric Schmidt has emerged as a frontrunner.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. Former President Trump endorsed Eric yesterday, didn't say which one. In Kansas, voters will decide whether or not to make abortion a right in the state constitution. America's listening to Fox News.
This Fox News update is presented by Freedom Dental of Fort Myers. Online at freedomdentalftmyers.com.
Wink News, traffic.
A fire truck has arrived following this breaking crash. Daniels at Goldenwood. It looks like a white vehicle left the road. It's slightly pointed downward. You're getting by one. There is a fire truck on scene. There's also a crash in Fort Myers, Palm Beach Boulevard near Joppa Lane, and in Collier County, Collier Boulevard at Rattlesnake Hammock Road. Plus, in Lehigh, that crash working 12th Street near Sarah Ave with an electric hazard. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. Belinda Post, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Quiet conditions will persist throughout your Tuesday morning, but you may notice a little bit of a haze to the sky thanks to some Saharan dust moving back in. We will see the return of scattered thunderstorms for late this afternoon and into this evening, where you'll need to look out for some heavy rain along with frequent lightning. A chance for thunderstorms will continue into the early evening hours before we see things wind down shortly after 9-10 p.m. Highs today climb back to 94 degrees. We'll cool down to 77 degrees. Kick off another dry start to your Wednesday. A high of 93 for your Wednesday afternoon with more scattered afternoon thunderstorms in the forecast. That'll be the case for your Thursday and Friday as well. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Got friends and family living far away? Tell them to stream the best station yet at rightallalong.net, the online home of 92.5 Fox News.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
Looking for a reputable HVAC service provider? 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating of Naples provides a high level of service and value to our clients. To learn more, visit onehourairnaples.com or call 855-1HOUR.
Need a seawall or boat dock? Call 844-WB-BUILT. I'm Jimmy Williamson of WB Williamson Brothers. WB represents the 4th generation of a tradition that began with our grandfather in 1967, a tradition that made the Williamson name synonymous with seawalls and docks. 2022 building code mandates improved seawall design, and WB is ready. Our seawalls are constructed of 5,000 PSI concrete and with the same composite rebar used in bridge construction. This allows us to offer the industry's only lifetime seawall structural warranty. Our docks are built from true marine timbers, stainless fasteners, and the strongest deck board in the industry, Wear Deck. It's the last deck board you will ever need. And for a limited time, sign with WB for a new seawall, and we will include at no cost a 5-foot wide, 20-foot long dock. And we will begin construction within 90 days. That's right, a lifetime seawall warranty, a free 20-foot boat dock, and we will start within 90 days. WB Williamson Brothers, 844-WB-BUILT.
At Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano, we're celebrating 40 years of handling personal injury claims in the state of Florida. If you're involved in an accident, you need a firm with the experience and resources to help you get the compensation you deserve, a firm that cares about you and does not leave you in the dark. If you're unhappy with your current lawyer, you have the right to get a second opinion or change lawyers. At Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano, winning is no accident. Offices throughout Southwest Florida, ldtlaw.com.
Alda's Diner in Naples makes everything from scratch with daily homemade specials for breakfast and lunch. Enjoy big portions of your favorite comfort foods from steak and eggs or pancakes for breakfast to fantastic salads or their famous Donald J. Burger for lunch. And don't forget about Alda's extensive bar menu with drink specials for that perfect summer afternoon. Make Alda's your go-to spot. They're on the corner of Vanderbilt Beach Road and 951 in Naples. Alda's Diner. There's no place like it.
So are you sick and tired of that constant pain in your knees or hips or back, especially this time of year? You need to be moving pain-free, right? Hey, it's Drew Steele for the team at QC Kinetics. Look, QC Kinetics is helping people here every day, giving them lasting pain relief using the latest advances in regenerative medicine. The science is simple. They concentrate on your own body's healing agents and apply them to your aching joints, restoring and repairing damaged tissue with no drugs, no steroids, and no surgery. Listen, the old remedies for pain are not the only remedies. You need to learn more about how regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics can change your life. Make this the last summer you suffer from chronic pain. They've got clinics here and all over America. This is the exciting new natural way to deal with joint pain with no side effects and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN with locations in Naples and Fort Myers. 239-893-PAIN.
This spring on a new Trane heating and cooling system. Trane systems are engineered to keep up with you. Visit TraneInfo.com to find your local independent Trane dealer. It's hard to stop a Trane. Brought to you by TraneInfo.com.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
You'd think that the woke politics that you hear about are just outside of Southwest Florida. They're outside of the state. Sometimes you get a little sprinkled here and there, but as far as the things that are going on, let's say in Tallahassee or things that would affect you each and every day, maybe not so much. Well, you know what? You might be wrong about that, and I'll explain coming up because State Representative Bob Rommel is going to be joining us in just a minute to talk about ESG scores and some of the things proposed that we'll see in next legislative session to battle against ESG. What is it? And we'll get to that discussion in just a second. Want to remind everybody that Joe Biden, as president of the United States, delivered quite the blow to Al-Qaeda in taking out Al-Zawahiri. All right, maybe that's exaggerating. The U.S. intel community did something that we would expect that they would do, and they certainly did, in getting al-Zawahiri, the head of Al-Qaeda, which is, this is a good thing. So the killing of Al-Qaeda leader Zawahiri happening over the weekend, questions as to why it took so long to say anything, a big primetime thing yesterday. And the fact that the president brings up Afghanistan, probably not where you want to go. And, from the same person who said no on bin Laden at the time and was more than happy to tell everybody that, listen, when it comes to going after bin Laden, everybody's saying, yes, I don't know what's going on here. I say no. Remember, it was Joe Biden that said...
Leon said go. Everyone else said 49, 51. It got to me and he said, Joe, what do you think? And I said, I didn't know we had so many economists around the table. I said, we owe the man a direct answer. Mr. President, my suggestion is don't go.
Don't go. So I just want to make something, I just want to clarify something. It's a great day. Any day that Ayman Al-Zawahiri is not on the face of this planet is probably a good day, being that how many people were taken down by Al-Qaeda, and including American citizens, and what we know about that has happened across the globe. Good day. But to suggest that Joe Biden did this and it's a good day for Joe Biden, the person that said no with taking out bin Laden, and the same person who keeps our southern border wide open, so not exactly keeping us safe and secure each and every day. I got questions. I just have questions, that's all. All right, let's talk about ESG. State Representative Bob Brown joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. We talked a little bit about this together yesterday off the air in a conversation, and I said, you know what, we got to bring this conversation to the air because there's a lot going on with ESG, and I want to know what we're doing here to fight it in next legislative session, what's been discussed with the governor, and so let's do that right now. First of all, good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm great this morning, Drew, except I'm a little bit afraid of our president. And I just want to tell you why. I listened to your report on, taking out that terrorist, but I'm also reading the news here, and it says that the president, after careful consideration and studying all the evidence, he decided to, take this terrorist out. But you know what that means? It means that we know that Joe actually has the power to hit the button to fire a bomb, but it also means that Joe has the power to hit the big bomb, and as he's playing chicken with China and Russia, I don't think Joe's had a clear, convincing evidence statement in his brain in the last 5 years, except for whether or not he put milk in his Cheerios. So, but this man has the power, and obviously he can take it.
Well, certainly he's the one that has to make the decision, and, the intel community had Al-Zawahiri. I mean, look, there's a lot of questions about it we can get into, and later on, Rich Kolko is going to join us, safety and security expert, worked at the FBI for, I think, 75 or 100 years. I'm not sure how long, but a very long time. I joke with Rich about that. But, we're going to talk in detail about how this all went down, so we'll get to that coming up. But in the meantime, let's talk about this. All right, Ron DeSantis had talked about this on a few different occasions. I know you have brought this up on many, many, many occasions when it comes to what is happening in the state of Florida with ESG. First, we have to explain to everybody just a little refresher in case they don't know what ESG is, and then what's happening here in the state of Florida. So go ahead.
Well, ESG sounds like something great to help all of us. It's environmental, social governance. And what does that mean? The environmental side is, hey, we're going to create these great policies that's going to make the air cleaner, the water cleaner, and we're all going to be happy. The social side is it's what we're all seeing is equality for all, equity for all, and okay, we can argue whether that's good or bad. And then the governance policies, what policies are we going to in place to make sure that the E and S happens? So if we look at something that we all know is high fuel prices, high energy prices, high food prices, why are we there? Why is supply down and demand up? And you can argue some of it, but a lot of it comes, right, believe it or not, from our large financial institutions that control all the capital, that are determining whether you're an energy company and you can borrow money, whether you're an individual and you can borrow money. And they're using these ESG scores, not what we would typically say a credit score. If me and you want to go buy a car today, which could change, it could be an ESG score. They look at your credit, how you've paid in the past, what the income you make, and your ability to pay the loan back. But large financial institutions are using this ESG score to determine whether or not you get credit.
Which seems unbelievable on the surface when you hear this, and then knowing that personally each and every one of us may have this criteria that we're going to have to jump through in order to get certain things that we want, whether it's loans or you want to buy a home or a car. I mean, all kinds of different things that we may see. But then we get to the state level, because now we're talking about our money, our tax dollars that go to the state. And the governor has talked about, and I know you have talked about this as well, what we can do to push against some of the corporate power that wants to impose what is this agenda, this ideology on all of us. And the simple fact that if we are investing in these companies, then we are doing something that we've complained many times, at least I have on this program, about giving our tax dollars to those that want to use our money to fight against us. So how do we stop this? What are we going to do?
First of all, we have to remember we are the free state of Florida, so we believe in free markets. So we don't want to impose something that's telling a business that you can't do what you want. By the state of Florida, one of the first things that we can do, we have a few $100 billion in our pension fund. We will tell the financial institutions that if you use ESG scoring as a determination of credit, Florida will no longer invest in with your company. We will find other investments that don't use that. And that's a big thing, especially if we can get some other states to come along. And that's something I've been working with over the last few months. So that's the first thing. Another thing that we can do, we have a tremendous amount of anti-discrimination laws. As a matter of fact, as an ex-mortgage banker, I couldn't determine credit based on race, creed, color, sex, height, weight, anything. I had to look at your income and your ability to pay a loan and how you did in the past, and that's how we would determine it. Some of these institutions are starting to gather this data. What kind of car do you drive? How does your factory use? What type of how many men do you have in higher management? How many women do you have? How many people that have an alternative lifestyle? They're gathering this data and determining that we are going to try to put together a law that says if you use that data and you are discrimination, we're going to use it as a form of discrimination. You won't be able to do it in Florida. And if you hurt somebody, they'll have a private cause of action against you.
Well, I like the way that sounds. So that is an important proposal. So we're looking for that, in the 23 session? I mean, can we turn this thing over quickly? Can we, how far along are we with this?
Well, this is a part-time job, but we already had 3 special sessions this year, and this is important. And if there was ever a reason to come back for a special session after the November election, I would say this would be one, but that would be up to the governor. And obviously, this is extremely complex. It's way under the radar. We have to explain to the constituents of Florida, what does it mean? Are you against green technology? Are you against green, energy? Are you against clean water? No, we're for clean water, for clean energy. We're for technology, but we're not for the largest financial institution determining or discriminating against those that don't meet their ideological beliefs.
It is, by the way, State Representative Bob Rommel joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, talking about ESG in the state of Florida and the governor and the legislature. Hopefully next session, I know you're going to be working on this as well. Talking about ways to push back against these woke companies. And that's what it is. Look, there are some people that and there are local news organizations, there are state news organizations, there are people, elected officials, that all joke around and say, oh, here we go again. It's the woke corporations, the quote unquote, the air quotes. And what a joke this is. And it's just the hatred of this governor or people in the legislature, Republicans, towards fill in the blank. And this is what they do. But it's true what we are seeing and what these policies are about and the things that they espouse, the ideology of these companies. So but I was going to ask you this, because again, here we go with the issues of climate change and the issues of being environmentally conscious. And I wonder how it is that we have allowed certain groups to be the arbiters of all things good and virtuous. In other words, there are certain individuals, there are certain groups, there are certain people that we are told that the only way that we are going to be able to solve the issues of water quality in the state of Florida. There are people that campaign. I'm the one that cares about the water. I care about clean water. We all care about clean water. There's nobody out there that I've heard yet campaigning against clean water. Can you just stop that nonsense? Everybody cares about it. But how did it become that there are certain groups that become the arbiters of all things virtuous when it comes to this? And look, we've talked about this, and I'll say it, and then you can comment on it if you want. It's up to you, but I just have to let this out. I just wonder where certain groups, Everglades Foundation, Sierra Club, and others, why these are the people that we give money to, and this administration, the governor, and the $670+ million that have to go to these environmental groups. Why? What exactly do they do? And I mean this sincerely. What do you do? Because if we were to step back and just use common sense, okay, and say, I'm giving you money for what? To lobby for something that I could lobby for myself. I want clean water. I can do this. I can put together a group on Facebook and get people to go to Tallahassee and lobby individuals. No, you don't understand, Drew, but we have a lot of money behind us. So what? So it's all about the money. So you're not digging the reservoirs. You're not doing the physical work. So not only do we have to pay you the $670 million and give it to you so that the Sierra Club can turn around and say, hey, vote for Charlie Crist because he really does care about the environment, even though this governor has given them the money and the legislature has given them the money. But we're told that these are the only people, these people have to have the money. These groups have to have the money because it's the only way that we're going to get to a clean water environment or Everglades that are going to be safe and secure, which seems ridiculous because then ultimately the ones that dig the reservoir or make a bridge where panthers can pass through everything. So now not only do we have to give $670 million plus to a group that's going to quote unquote lobby for us, which we can do ourselves, but now we also have to pay for the infrastructure and the people that are going to build. Why don't we just take that money and give it to them, those that are going to build the infrastructure and do the work, instead of giving it to groups that all they do is not only is just lobby, but then ultimately use that money and go against Republicans and Republican governors who are giving them the money, and they turn around and do, well, I'm not gonna say stab in the back, but maybe that's a little over the top. But do you see what I'm saying? Forgive me, I'm a little fired up today.
You were definitely fired up today, but Drew, you're right. First of all, lobbying is important as a legislator. We need to hear both sides, but when you hear one side that's just laser focused on whatever their mission is, and be damned. We'll even talk about this ESG stuff. These people that are pushing for ESG policies in the United States, I'm going to say that, these are the largest financial institutions in the world. They actually control 75% of all the capital in the world. So if you need to borrow money, you have to go through them. Yeah. So in the United States, they're determining not to finance some of our energy plants, especially if it's a coal-burning energy plant, a pipeline. But in China, right now, they're financing 200 brand-new coal plants. It's bad in U.S., but good in China. So they're hypocrites. They have something up their sleeve, and it's about controlling the capital, controlling the money. Also, what they're doing in the United States, too, they're selling these mutual funds. They're called ESG mutual funds, where people think they're investing in some type of great new green technology, which would be great, but it turns out they're just technology funds. And believe it or not, the SEC is investigating right now. And, everybody has an agenda, and for these people, it's about money. These other groups, these activist groups, whether it's the George Soros or the Sierra Clubs, I think it's about just raising money to keep their nice, cushy position so they can fly around different state legislatures to push back on policy so they can raise more money and say, see what I did, or, oh, we didn't do enough, so raise me some more money.
Yeah, and listen, Bob, and again, these groups will scream and tell you that, don't you understand the reason why we're even having this discussion, or the reason why we're even talking about clean water is because of the work that we've done and the money that we've spent and the lobbying we do. Are you really? Are you sure about that? Are you positive about that? You mean if you didn't exist, that would be no discussion about this? That nobody would be sitting on the sidelines and saying, hey, I think we got a problem here, and get groups together to show up in Tallahassee and to lobby on their own? Like, the only way to do it is to have these specific groups. That to me seems illogical at best. It just doesn't, I'm sorry. It's just, I know. And thanks for pulling me back to the ESG thing. That kind of makes me, and maybe I'm wrong, but at least we should be having discussions about this. Where's the money going? Why do we do this? And forgive me for bringing up the governor and his $670 million plus dollars. But, there are so many things that I'm so happy that this governor is doing. And I get frustrated when I see the Sierra Club turn around and say, you got to go vote for Charlie Crist. Come on now. Let's get Charlie Crist. Let's help to get him elected. Hey, do we have any money in a pot anywhere where tax dollars that we can help with this? You better believe it. That bugs me. Sorry.
It bugs me too when we see celebrities, which it seems a lot of the folks around the United States, they get their information from some celebrity saying, drive an electric car and do this, don't eat, turn your air conditioner up, and then they get on their private jet and fly somewhere. So it's good for you, but not for me. And even, as many people are buying electric cars, and these companies, which they discriminate on finances and makes everything, gasoline more expensive. All this stuff is just a tax on poor people, because you want to know what? Poor people aren't buying Teslas. Poor people, they have to go to work. Poor people want to be cool, and these policies, all they do is they hurt poor people, hardworking Americans, and we have to push back. And when the technology is created, and we know actually how to power homes, whether it's hydrogen technology or nuclear power or whatever it's going to be, that's going to be. But we can't destroy our economy while these activists are playing games because they want to stay activists and have really cool jobs. And we also have to remember, and I know you have to probably go.
Yeah.
We've had fossil fuels that have been widely used in the world for about 150 years. And 150 years ago, the average life expectancy in the world was 40. Today it's 80, and you could say it's a direct correlation because we've discovered fossil fuels to heat our homes, to make fertilizer, to grow more food. And the number one killer 150 years ago was malnutrition. And in America, I could say not many people are malnutrition, not being mean, but people eat pretty good in America, So before we throw out the baby with the bathwater, we better understand where we're going. If we want to go back 150 years ago, maybe that's good for the activist that wants to go live in a hut and be really skinny, but not me. I'm going to allow free choice, free, technology to be created when we're ready to use it, and make sure that the people that control all the capital are playing fairly and they don't discriminate because they have some ideological belief.
All right, there you go. Good stuff. All right, State Representative Bob Rommel joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I appreciate you getting up early, my friend. All the best. We'll see you soon. Okay. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
It's Rockstar Harley's pre-owned orange tag sale this week. Hundreds of Harleys tagged with liquidation pricing. Good credit, bad credit, or no credit. 100% of applications accepted. Save thousands this week. Only at Rockstar Harley's pre-owned orange tag sale. It ends this Sunday. On approved credit.
Hurricane season is here, and there's a lot we need to do to prepare our homes. It's important not to forget about electrical safety. From generators to surge protectors, Mr. Sparky is here for you before, during, and after the storm to provide the best in electrical care. Give us a call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated. Licensed in their respective state or county.
Hi, this is Lindsay Scott Garza. Growing up, my dad, retired Lee County Sheriff Mike Scott, instilled in me a passion for public service and a dedication to this community. He taught me how the justice system affects our community, which inspired me to go to law school and still motivates me as an attorney today. I'm running for county judge because I want to ensure our constitutional liberties are always protected and the rule of law is upheld. I will always be fair, impartial, and apply the law equally. I'm Lindsay Scott Garza. As a third-generation native who is raising my own family here in Lee County, my heart, soul, and future revolves around this community. As an attorney, I have spent countless hours in the courtroom. This experience has prepared me to take this next step and serve as a Lee County judge, where the Constitution will always be my guiding light. I'm Lindsay Scott Garza. I'm running for Lee County judge, and I would be honored to earn your vote so that I may continue to serve our community. Paid by Lindsay Scott Garza for Lee County Judge Group 4.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Alda's Diner in Naples makes everything from scratch with daily homemade specials for breakfast and lunch. Enjoy big portions of your favorite comfort foods, from steak and eggs or pancakes for breakfast to fantastic salads or their famous Donald J. Burger for lunch. And don't forget about Alda's extensive bar menu with drink specials for that perfect summer afternoon. Make Alda's your go-to spot. They're on the corner of Vanderbilt Beach Road and 951 in Naples. Alda's Diner. There's no place like it.
Mold is a real problem if you have a power outage. This is Dominic with All Phase Electric Service.
For a limited time, we're offering 72-month financing at 0% interest on Generac automatic standby generators or Generac clean energy solutions with solar. Protect your equity. Install a Generac automatic standby generator now. No compromise in your safety. allphase-electric.com or 239-939-7093.
With kids out of school, friends and barbecues, and all the pool, boat, and beach days, it all makes for a good summer mess. Something Closet Factory has been solving home by home for decades, building completely custom garage wall organizers and summer sport and sand rooms and more. So you and the family can have all the fun that summer holds without tracking it into your home. To check out how fun a more streamlined summer can be, call or visit closetfactory.com. Summertime fun. That's how we build it.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
A fire truck has arrived following this breaking crash. Daniels at Goldenwood. It looks like a white vehicle left the road. It's slightly pointed downward. You're getting by one. There is a fire truck on scene. There's also a crash in Fort Myers, Palm Beach Boulevard near Joppa Lane, and in Collier County, Collier Boulevard at Rattlesnake Hammock Road. Plus, in Lehigh, that crash working 12th Street near Sarah Ave with an electric hazard. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. Belinda Post, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Quiet conditions will persist throughout your Tuesday morning, but you may notice a little bit of a haze to the sky thanks to some Saharan dust moving back in. We will see the return of scattered thunderstorms for late this afternoon and into this evening, where you'll need to look out for some heavy rain along with frequent lightning. A chance for thunderstorms will continue into the early evening hours before we see things wind down shortly after 9-10 p.m. Highs today climb back to 94 degrees. Will cool down to 77 degrees. Kick off another dry start to your Wednesday. A high of 93 for your Wednesday afternoon with more scattered afternoon thunderstorms in the forecast. That'll be the case for your Thursday and Friday as well. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. At Massey Services, we just don't do that. We prevent pests from getting inside your home so we won't have to control them later. Why settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's pest prevention? It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. The LASIK procedure changed my life. I wore glasses and contacts for, the better part of 20 years. I went to Dr. France and his team and had just the most amazing experience. It seriously changes your life with as bad as my vision was. So right now, France Eye Care is offering $500 off of bilateral LASIK. It's an amazing procedure. Seriously, if you wear glasses or contacts, I promise you will change your life. And Dr. France and his team are absolutely the experts in Southwest Florida for laser vision correction. So they've got financing that's available. It's affordable. Call them today. Dial star 2020 from your mobile phone. Take advantage of $500 off. Call them now to see if you are a candidate. Do me a favor. Tell them that Trey Radel sent you.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
I'm Lisa King, candidate to be your clerk of the Circuit Court. Public safety, saving taxpayer dollars, and improved customer service are my top priorities. In listening to the citizens of Lee County, they agree. As a Lee County native, serving you has been my career. I worked 6 years in the clerk's office and 23 years of additional experience with the administrative office of the courts. It gives me the understanding to know how to make the clerk's office more effective in our judicial system. I've been dedicated to the citizens of Lee County for 29 years, and I'm proud to have the endorsement of our top law enforcement officer, Lee County Sheriff Carmine Marcino. This election is your opportunity to have your voice heard. Lee County voters will choose the next clerk of the Circuit Court. I have the qualifications to do this job and do it well for you. I'm Lisa King, and I'm asking for your vote on August 23rd. Learn more at votelisakingforclerk.com. That's Lisa with a Z. #VoteKing. Paid by Lisa King, Republican for Lee County Clerk of the Circuit Court.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No.
You're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it. Guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at GoodDealsAppliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, you've heard me talk about Tim and Dave Meister over the years about the many great flooring deals at Floor Meisters in Naples. You've seen the kids and grandkids in the TV spots, but you may not know that they're a truly all-American family with a great success story. And as we talk this week about CPAC and how important our conservative values are, we can honestly say that they have the same values. There you're going to find at Floor Meisters. So whether you're looking for carpet, Cortec, hardwood floors, or just want to talk to Dave about those 5 buckle overshoes, visit the Floor Meisters in Naples, 6281 Naples Boulevard, next to Costco, or at floormeisters.com.
Top gunfighter pilot Dan Severson is the conservative Lee County needs on the school board. Out-of-control spending and constant infighting has created an environment where our kids come last. Lee County needs a strong conservative leader who will make our children's education and safety come first. That leader is Dan Severson. From his time as a U.S. Navy Top Gunfighter pilot to 8 years fighting for conservative policies in the Minnesota legislature, Dan Severson has the experience, principles, and record Lee County can trust on the school board. And he has the endorsement of former Commissioner of Education, Richard Corcoran. Dan Severson will put parents back in charge of their children's education and put an end to liberal indoctrination policies like critical race theory and gender grooming. Dan Severson is the conservative leader our conservative county needs on the school board.
Paid electioneering communication paid by Parents for Accountability and Education, 1375 Jackson Street, Suite 202, Fort Myers, Florida, 33901.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, just a reminder that Thursday and Friday we'll be broadcasting live from Dallas. CPAC is where we will be. Mike Opelka will be joining us for the 2 days. We got some great guests lined up. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. That means that this week, which is typically the week that we do our first Friday at Seed the Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road, this Friday is going to be bumped to next Friday. So not this Friday, but the following Friday. Think of it as the second Friday of the month, this month. So Oaks Farm Seed the Table, our first Friday will be now the second Friday. So a week from this Friday will be our live event at Seed the Table. Always a lot of fun. Thank you for stopping by. And in the meantime, CPAC's going to be pretty good this year. So we are happy to be there and a lot to discuss. A lot of great guests on tap. Some good friends, Gordon Chang, Kash Patel, Matt Whitaker. Some surprises that we're working on as well. So always great. Looking forward to that. Let's see. Brendan Leslie right now is joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. I think he's going to be at CPAC as well. Isn't that right? Aren't you going to be there?
Yes, sir. I speak this Friday with Devin Nunez. Can't wait.
All right. There you go. What are you going to be talking about? Have you thought about this? Or you want to give us a little inside little piece on what you might be talking about there at CPAC? Or is it...
Yeah, we're going to be sharing my insight of just how we're kind of reshaping the media landscape in Florida and how the mainstream media has just lost all credibility moving forward, and just how we can kind of take back the truth, essentially, and just start spreading it.
All right. And by the way, Brendan Leslie, Florida's Voice, flvoicenews.com. Some of the stories that you'll hear right now we'll be talking about you can check out at the website. One of them I wanted to bring up just an aside quickly. This is pretty... I love anything that says "Don't tread on me." I love. My son, every time he sees a "Don't tread on me" sticker, if he sees something on the side of somebody's car, the other day was kind of funny. We were driving and some guy had a yellow, I don't know what it was. It was like an old 90s car. I don't know if it was an old Volkswagen or something. It was yellow. And on the side of it, he had spray painted, "Don't tread on me." It was just, and my son was like, yeah. And he said, big thumbs up out the window for this person who had the car there that said "Don't tread on me." But I guess the good news is now you won't have to spray paint it on the side of your yellow car. You can now have it on your license plate, right? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, DeSantis announced that. I'm definitely getting this. It's really cool. Plate. It's a black license plate with a with the yellow "Don't Tread on Me" flag on it. And I believe when you buy this license plate, it's actually going to be supporting the Florida Veterans Foundation. And Governor DeSantis said it best. He says these license plates send a clear message to out-of-state cars: "Don't tread on me" or Florida.
Nice.
So I'm really excited to get it. You can get it at any tax collector in Southwest Florida. So I believe you can get your pre-orders now, and can't wait to get mine.
Excellent. All right, some of the other stories that we're checking out at flvoicenews.com. Let's see. So what's going on with PayPal? I remember there was a story about Moms for Liberty and PayPal, and there was an issue going on with Moms for Liberty. So what's the story, and where are we now with this story?
I feel like there's many different points we could talk about. There's something that you and me have been keeping an eye on, is that the ESG stuff.
Yeah.
How banks and these companies are kind of rating you. They're rating you based off of your political beliefs. And guess what? If they don't like your certain political beliefs, they're just not going to work with you. So that was kind of what was happening here with Moms for Liberty. PayPal froze their account. I can't remember the reasoning off the top of my head, but either way, ridiculous. Moms for Liberty is it's just a bunch of moms, but according to Biden's DOJ, a bunch of domestic terrorists, and according to the fake ESG, domestic terrorists. So you see why they're freezing their account. But Governor DeSantis said he's going to start cracking down on these companies in Florida, and guess what happens simultaneously? They unfroze their account. Fancy that.
That's what happens. We just talked a while ago with State Representative Bob Rommel about ESG in the state and what these companies are doing, those that people invest in the state. And listen, we don't have to do it. We don't have to invest in companies like BlackRock and others. There's plenty of places for the state to invest. And look, they're leveraging their corporate power because they're pushing an ideology. And, there are some that would say, well, wait a minute, but these companies have the ability, they should, right? The free marketplace. You all are free market people, right? That's what you continually talk about. Yeah, they can do whatever they want to do. And so could we. And so we would find, and the good news, Brendan, and I think this is an important aspect to this, is, if you're going to not allow for what is believed to be these companies discriminating on you based on, your social beliefs or your politics or even your religious beliefs. I mean, we don't want to see any of that. It also opens up an opportunity, talk about the free market, for people to come in and fill that space. How about investment companies that are going to stay away from ESG, that don't want anything to do with it? And look, if you get enough states to join in, if you're talking, maybe 20, 25 states, let's just say with conservative governors that don't want to be a part of and have any part of ESG, social credit scores or anything like this, or investing in taking our money and tax dollars and giving it to these financial institutions, then it's going to open up a marketplace for somebody to step in and fill in the void and say, listen, give it to us. We don't want anything to do with ESG, and we're a great place to invest. So that's a good side of it as well.
I'd be really nervous. We all know this bogus spending bill that they're trying to ram down our throats right now. The Inflation Reduction Act. It should be the Biden Inflation Act, actually. They are giving a lot of money to the IRS if this bill becomes law. They're almost doubling the size of the IRS. I am scared to see if that ESG gets implemented at the IRS. So keep your eye on that. It's just messed up. The same people that lose their mind if a man doesn't bake a cake for a gay couple are trying to literally eliminate conservatives from being able to participate in society. It's scary stuff.
Think about 80,000. Let's be honest now, Brandon. This is important because, the honesty is some would say the best policy. 80,000 IRS agents. I mean, we've got to ensure that we have enough IRS agents to go after the billionaires that are going to get that 15% tax on these on their backs and companies, and we have to go after them. So we need more IRS agents. We need 80,000 new IRS agents to go after all the billionaires and the companies that are in the $1 billion range, over $1 billion companies that are going to be taxed. until you realize that there's only about 800 or 900 of them.
I was going to say,
right. Yeah.
that's
So, which is really strange because if you've got, and let's just say it's 1,000, boy, if you've got 79,000 IRS agents sitting around, what do you think they're going to be doing? I would assume they're going to have to try to find something to do. Or maybe they'll look at you. I don't know. I'm just saying because they got nothing else to look at unless they're all there playing World of Warcraft Part 17 with Jake, the Millennial, or something like that, which I doubt that they're doing. Although it's the government, then we pay them. So you never know. They may very well be playing video games or doing something on websites that is questionable. But we'll leave that alone. Brendan Leslie joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. FLVoiceNews.com is the website if you want to get this story that we're talking about or any of the others that we're mentioning, including this, which is one of my favorite stories from the website this week. What happened with the Florida Department of Health press secretary? And I guess in Orlando, there was a CBS affiliate that was talking about gender-affirming care. And there was someone who said, well, hold on a second. I got questions about exactly what gender-affirming care means. Can you talk about this story?
Yeah, we always talk about the governor's press secretary and Christina Pusha, but don't sleep on the Department of Health's press secretary, Jeremy Redfern. This guy is expert class, just in trolling reporters. It's hilarious. And just trying to get the truth out there. So you got this reporter in Orlando sending him an email request and talking about gender-affirming care. So Jeremy responds brilliantly and goes, wait a second. What's gender-affirming care? What do you mean? What do you mean by this? It's like, I need more details so that I can get you the answers that you are looking for. Now, if you understand, gender-affirming care is the bogus cop-out term that the left uses for castration and mastectomies for children. So when they use gender-affirming care, it's almost like the term Black Lives Matter. You know, they pick this fancy term. If you're against it, you're automatically some sort of phobe or ist or whatever it is. But gender-affirming care, let's be clear, is castrating young boys and giving young girls mastectomies. So Jeremy's trying to push back on these reporters saying, this is what you are trying to report on, not gender-affirming care.
Yeah. Well, and to his point, and good for him for doing this, Jeremy Redfern, being articulate and particular in what the terms mean, because it's nice that you put gender-affirming care, but what specifically are you talking about? Now, from the article there at FL Voice News, so the press secretary showed screenshots, and what they were asking for in Orlando was hearing that the DOH has released proposed rules that would ban access to gender-affirming care for people under the age of 18. Can you confirm? Do you have a press release you can share about this? And he said, I'm not sure what you mean by gender-affirming care. Can you please define? And they said HHS defines gender-affirming care as a supportive form of health care consisting of an array of services that may include medical, surgical, mental health, and non-medical services for transgender and non-binary people. And so he says, okay, so by gender-affirming care, you mean puberty blockers, hormone treatments, double mastectomies for young teenage girls, right? And so the CBS affiliate in Orlando, they were like, I'm not sure what you're getting at by asking our assignment editor their personal opinion on the term gender-affirming care. Personal opinion. Can you or someone else with the Florida Department of Health provide us with document entitled petition? Again, and he's just like, I'm asking you what it means. Are we talking about double mastectomies for children with gender dysphoria? Are you talking about restrictions on treating gender dysphoria with puberty blockers, hormone treatments, surgeries? I want to be specific. Can you be specific? And they won't be. And the reason why they won't be is because, let's be honest, if we're going to do this, unless I'm wrong, and in which case I would hope somebody would deny it and then and tell me and correct me. They don't want you to know what that means. They want the word to be just affirming. We want to affirm that your gender is what it is. And we just want to do that with hugs and the feels. But they don't talk about specifically the things that he describes, which is that as well. And people need to know it.
How crazy is this world that we were actually fighting back against people from literally doing...
But let me just say this before we go, Brendan, and it's this. I don't know that the world's that crazy. I've had this conversation with people recently in the past couple of weeks, and my life has been turned upside down, and there's been a lot of things that I've been talking to people about, and some serious conversations with people about life and faith and a lot of other things, and I've had this conversation with family members. I don't know that the world is turned upside down. I think that in a lot of ways, we're told that the world is turned upside down. The minority of voices that are telling the majority what to think and what to do, and the pressure from them. And you see all the time little stories about people pushing back against these big voices. And they fold like a house of cards. They don't stand up. The minute you put enough pressure, and you group together and you put pressure against these companies and organizations, and you do this unified, you'd be surprised how quickly they fold. They're just paper tigers. A lot of them just talk. And a lot of the companies that go along with these things, Brendan, that go along with ESG and the scoring, a lot of these people, I would venture to guess that there are some that believe in it, but there's a lot of them that do it because of the pressure. Well, pressure from who? From what? Let's call it out and describe where it's coming from.
I would argue that it's not upside down, but I definitely think our world is ignorant to a lot of things. And this being one of them, they're just kind of brushing it aside, not giving it the attention that it deserves. And you're right. It's
fear-based. There's a lot of fear. I mean, it's fear because people see that when the cities are being destroyed, nobody's doing anything about it. I think that's part of it too. All right. Well, we got deep. All right. So there you go. Brendan Leslie, Florida's Voice. flvoicenews.com. Go to the website if you want to check out these stories and many others. And I'll see you on Friday.
Yep. Look forward to seeing you at CPAC in Southwest Florida. Don't forget, August 23rd, everyone go vote.
Yep. You better believe it. All right. Yeah. And we'll soon be talking about that coming up next week. We're going to get into more details on some of the races going on around Southwest Florida for sure. All right, my friend. I appreciate you.
Ready. See you.
All right, 239-479-5592. Maybe that's you wants to play America's favorite radio segment. That would be Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. If you would like to call right now and play Drew's College, it's a great time to do it. Why? Because pretty much I said so. All right, 239-479-5592. 239-479-5592. If you want to play Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics, the more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. 9th caller right now plays and wins. Coming up next on Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right.
I'm Tiffany
all along.
Esposito, and I'm running to represent you in the Florida House. I was born and raised right here in Southwest Florida, and I've spent my professional career working to protect and grow our local businesses. I'm running because I want to ensure Florida remains the freest state in the nation. Thanks to Governor DeSantis, we've set the standard for freedom in America, but we must fight to keep it that way. I'm Tiffany Esposito. I'm pro-life, pro-gun, and a champion of the free market, and I will always fight to protect our freedoms. We've seen the impact of Biden's failed policies, from gas prices to the indoctrination of our students to a border crisis. Florida must remain the firewall between tyranny and individual liberty. I'll work to secure our borders, fix our public schools, and I'll keep Brandon's policies out of our free state. I'm Tiffany Esposito. I'm running for the Florida House to fight for the conservative principles that make Florida the greatest state in America, and I'm asking for your vote. Paid by Tiffany Esposito, Republican for Florida House District 77.
So are you sick and tired of that constant pain in your knees or hips or back, especially this time of year? You need to be moving pain-free, right? Hey, it's Drew Steele for the team at QC Kinetics. Look, QC Kinetics is helping people here every day, giving them lasting pain relief using the latest advances in regenerative medicine. The science is simple. They concentrate on your own body's healing agents and apply them to your aching joints, restoring and repairing damaged tissue with no drugs, no steroids, and no surgery. Listen, the old remedies for pain are not the only remedies. You need to learn more about how regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics can change your life. Make this the last summer you suffer from chronic pain. They've got clinics here and all over America. This is the exciting new natural way to deal with joint pain with no side effects and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN with locations in Naples and Fort Myers. 239-893-PAIN.
This is Representative Bob Rommel with a special Florida reminder. We are just at the beginning of our hurricane season. That's right. Hurricane season does not end until November 30th. So make a plan and buy your hurricane supplies before there's a rush. To be ready, here are some items you should always have. 2 flashlights with plenty of batteries, a standard first aid kit, a 3-day supply of water and non-perishable food. It's also a good idea to buy a battery-operated radio. For more information, visit floridadisaster.org. Or if you need more assistance with any state or local agency, don't hesitate to call my office at 239-417-6200 or email me at bob.rommel@myflorida.gov. Have a safe and blessed summer. This is Representative Bob Rommel with a hurricane safety announcement paid by the Florida House of Representatives.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, you've heard me talk about Tim and Dave Meister over the years about the many great flooring deals at Floor Meisters in Naples. You've seen the kids and grandkids in the TV spots, but you may not know that they're a truly all-American family with a great success story. And as we talk this week about CPAC and how important our conservative values are, we can honestly say that they have the same values. There you're going to find at Floor Meisters. So whether you're looking for carpet, Cortec, hardwood floors, or just want to talk to Dave about those 5-buckle overshoes, visit the Floor Meisters in Naples, 6281 Naples Boulevard, next to Costco, or at floormeisters.com.
Everyone understands that when you buy more, you should pay less. It's called a volume discount. Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to make and install your windows. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the 4th window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows that will save you money and protect your home. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, and we guarantee them for life. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Jada. Jada's in Fort Myers. Hello, Jada. Hello, Jada.
This is Demita.
Oh, your name is Benita? Why did he? It says Jada on my screen.
Demita, Damita.
Oh, Demita. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, it said Jada. Would you rather me call you Jada?
Nah.
I don't like that either. I would rather call you Demita because that's really your name. All right, it's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. That was awkward. 4 questions on politics, and the more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree. Question starts. It starts now. Do you know who the President of the United States was in 2003? The President of the United States, 2003. Who was it?
George W. Bush.
That is correct. All right, so you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. The 3 branches of government are...
legislative, judicial, and executive.
That is correct. All right, you got a bachelor's, a master's degree on this question. We the people open this document up. The first words in this document. The opening words of what document?
That would be the Constitution.
That is correct. All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. Did I ask this recently? I don't know. I'll do it again. I don't care. 1922, President Warren G. Harding. Warren G. Harding in 1922 was the first president to do what? Was he the first president to drive a car, speak on the radio, or walk to work?
Gosh, I would say speak on the radio.
That is correct. No, what a guess. What a guess. Okay, well, congratulations. I got so excited for you. All right, well, congratulations, sometimes known as Jada Demita. You got yourself a PhD today on Drew's College, so that is impressive in and of itself. And you also have a $35 gift certificate to go to the great Alda's Restaurant and Bar, otherwise known as Alda's Diner, at the corner of 951 and Vanderbilt Beach Road. Great people, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're going to really enjoy it. So can you stay right there and talk to Jake?
Great, thank you.
You didn't say whether, can you stay and talk to Jake?
Oh, sure.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. not that it's thrilling, but I don't know. Maybe Jake, what? What are you making a face for? You didn't like that I
was mocking you.
Why? Well, what I said about you I wasn't kind. That's true. Sometimes conversations with you are... It's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along. When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. From early morning to late at night, the station that gets it right is 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right.
He's no longer
all
a
along.
wanted terrorist. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. A U.S. drone strike killed Ayman Al-Zawahiri, one of the 9/11 masterminds.
If I was a member of Al-Qaeda, I'd be thinking again about how safe a haven Afghanistan might be for me right now.
National Security Council spokesman John Kirby just told Fox they had been tracking Al-Qaeda's leader since he went to Kabul, and President Biden insisted
That he wanted to minimize any risk of civilian casualties, so that put an additional demand on the intelligence and counterterrorism community to make sure we could do this in a way which only got him and nobody else.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's left Malaysia. Second stop on her trip is Taiwan next. She is expected to go, despite China warning of consequences if she visits the island nation it claims to own. Republican Senator Tom Cotton tells Fox.
Once the Biden administration leaked this trip, I think in an effort to deter Nancy Pelosi from going, I thought it was essential that she go, that she show that the United States will not be pushed around by Chinese communists.
Brittany Griner is in court again today in Russia, where the star American basketball player's trial on drug charges is said to be winding down. Her lawyer says
she's hoping that sometime she could be coming home.
The U.S. and Russia are considering a possible prisoner swap that could also include Paul Whelan, who's jailed as an accused spy. More rain is coming in eastern Kentucky, leading to more flood warnings. Hundreds remain missing in the devastation. At least 37 people died. There are statewide primaries today in 5 states, local primaries in Ohio. In Arizona, there are Republican races pitting candidates backed by former President Trump against others endorsed by ex-VP Mike Pence. In Kansas, primary voters will also answer a question
that asks them to decide whether to amend the state constitution to specify that it does not contain the right to abortion. It's the first state to hold a public referendum following the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. America's listening to Fox News.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
A fire truck has arrived following this breaking crash. Daniels at Goldenwood. It looks like a white vehicle left the road. It's slightly pointed downward. You're getting by one. There is a fire truck on scene. There's also a crash in Fort Myers, Palm Beach Boulevard near Joppa Lane, and in Collier County, Collier Boulevard at Rattlesnake Hammock Road. Plus, in Lehigh, that crash working 12th Street near Sarah Ave with an electric hazard. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. Belinda Post, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Quiet conditions will persist throughout your Tuesday morning, but you may notice a little bit of a haze to the sky thanks to some Saharan dust moving back in. We will see the return of scattered thunderstorms for late this afternoon and into this evening, where you'll need to look out for some heavy rain along with frequent lightning. A chance for thunderstorms will continue into the early evening hours before we see things wind down shortly after 9-10 p.m. Highs today climb back to 94 degrees. We'll cool down to 77 degrees. Kick off another dry start to your Wednesday. A high of 93 for your Wednesday afternoon with more scattered afternoon thunderstorms in the forecast. That'll be the case for your Thursday and Friday as well. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Looking for 92.5 Fox News online? Big news. You'll be all set when you go to rightallalong.net.
Here's the lowdown on lowering bad cholesterol from Leqvio. Lowering bad cholesterol is hard, but you could do hard. You lived through 5 fad diets, 11 sleep training nights, 9 mediocre middle school recitals, 1 heart attack. And with Leqvio, you can lower your bad cholesterol and keep it low with 2 doses a year after 2 starter doses. Prescription Leqvio and glycerin is given by a doctor for people with known heart disease on a statin with diet who need more help lowering bad cholesterol. Common side effects are injection site reaction, joint pain, urinary tract infection, diarrhea, chest cold, pain in legs or arms, and shortness of breath. Results may vary. Learn more at leqvio.com or call 1-833-537-8462. Ask your doctor about Leqvio. That's Leqvio. Lower, longer, Leqvio.
At Cool Today, we've been keeping our customers cool since 1963. When your AC is broken, you don't want to wait for service, and you shouldn't. With our same-day comfort guarantee, we promise to be there within 4 hours or your service call is free. Our techs are ready to serve you now, guaranteed. We drive mobile warehouses, and we fix 95% of all AC problems on the same day. If your AC is broke, don't wait. We guarantee we'll be there within 4 hours. Visit CoolToday.com to book now.
CoolToday.com.
Hey folks, can I let you in on a little secret, a little something to talk about? Sean Henderson here, bringing news that Walker's Marine is under new ownership. That's right, Mr. Walker sold the dealership to us at OneWater in March of 21. Over the last year, we've worked diligently to make buying or servicing your boat in Southwest Florida headache-free. In fact, we've made so much progress that our partners at Pursuit Boats and the good folks at Yamaha Outboard paid for this ad to inform you of our improvements. The new Walker's Marine has doubled staff in all of our service locations from Cape Coral to Marco Island. If you're looking to upgrade the old boat and trade her in for something new or used, give us a call. Find us at walkersmarine.com, select your nearest location, and come see us. Tons of boats in stock. We've got new boats, used boats, brokerage boats, consignment boats, and even a banana boat. Actually, I might have to check our banana boat inventory. Seriously, folks, we are here and better prepared than ever to assist with all of your boating needs. And hey, we're always open at walkersmarine.com. Again, that's walkersmarine.com.
We want to personally invite you to Duncan's Diamonds to see our beautiful selection of jewelry from the world's leading jewelry designers. Browse modern, vintage, and classic engagement ring styles. Looking for a ring that is truly unique and personal? Or you haven't found exactly what you're looking for? At Duncan's Diamonds, our personal jewelers, goldsmiths, and gemologists can create the perfect one-of-a-kind ring for you at Duncan's Diamonds. With our great financing and layaway plans, we make it easy for you. Visit Duncan's Diamonds today and leave confident you receive the highest quality at the best price. We have an unparalleled passion for bringing you the best in diamonds and jewelry. Best price guarantee, low monthly payments, and an unforgettable experience. All from Duncan's Diamonds. US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, Naples at Mercado, and Port Charlotte Town Center.
Our kids can't vote, but you can. I'm Denise Nystrom for Lee County School Board District 6. Everyone votes for me in District 6. As a former assistant superintendent of schools, I am not happy with our education system. I have attended all school board meetings, and with my skill set, I can hit the ground running. School board elections are critical. If we want our country back, we take our children back. I have the right credentials. I am the right choice. Vote August 23rd for Denise Nystrom. Paid for by Denise Nystrom for Lee County School Board District 6.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Hi, Dan Martineau. When it rains in Florida, it really pours. Home without gutters can cause soil, landscape erosion, and potential foundation damage. D.R. Martineau will install new 6 or 7-inch seamless gutters and downspouts. Just Google DRM Roofing.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do.
Thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
All right, so it's happened. And the U.S. intelligence community getting him, Al-Zawahiri. We get the news yesterday as the president made the announcement, 7:30 p.m. yesterday, and we heard all about that. Let's get into some of the details of how all of this went down and maybe some other things that have to do with the intelligence community and the gathering of information. Richard Kolko is joining us right now on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Richard Kolko, of course, safety and security expert for Wake News. Someone, former FBI, worked there. How many, 80, was it 82 years? How many years was it?
How you doing, Drew? Good to talk to you. Just over 2 decades. 21 years.
All right, 21. That's a long time. 21 years. I know. It's just a little inside Drew Steele baseball between the two. I always exaggerate. It's kind of the fun little. Okay. All right. So this is a big deal. Let's talk about this. Get into it.
It is a huge deal. Al-Zawahiri was basically number 2 for behind bin Laden for years, for decades. He was at his side. Since bin Laden's death in 2011, Zawahiri has been the leader of Al-Qaeda. It seems like it's been quieter, but our focus has changed over the last, decade or so. But it goes all the way back to the Cole bombing on the U.S. Navy ship, the attacks on the embassies in East Africa, and of course he was a co-planner for the 9/11 attacks. And as recently as last month, he's putting out videos encouraging more attacks. So the problem never went away. And it was just something the U.S. kept hunting. May have fallen off the vision of people in the country, but that's what's interesting about the intelligence community, the law enforcement community, military folks. They just don't give up. So even though we don't see it front and center, there have been people working on this day and night for decades.
Yeah, and people forget about that. You just brought that up, and I'm glad you did. The 2000 attack on the USS Cole. There in Yemen, the 98 embassy bombings in Tanzania and Kenya. So these are all part of what he was masterminding. And, he's somebody who I think, if I'm not mistaken, if you talk about in a list of individuals that have been on the intelligence community's radar after 9/11. I would say he's like the last of the big guys, right? The last of the big names was Zawahiri. But also, let me ask you about this. The gathering up of the intelligence, how you describe this and how this happens. Was it surprising to you or others that he was in Afghanistan? Or was that something that, because of the situation and getting out, that maybe that was to be expected? Is something that many people have discussed, the concerns over Afghanistan.
I think it was likely that he was in Afghanistan, just not downtown Kabul. Right. I mean, I was a little surprised by that. Certainly could have seen him out in the hinterland somewhere, but the fact that he's in a regular house in a suburb of Kabul was a little surprising. But it's hard to understand how hard folks are working behind the scenes to follow every lead, every piece of information. And you know what? There's a $25 million reward for him. I wonder if that reward will ever be claimed. What did somebody give him up? That he was there, but from phones being tracked and computers and satellites and movement and source information and all the stuff that comes into the intel community every single day being tracked down. So it's a tough job, and there's a lot of people behind the scenes, like we said, working this. They deserve a lot of credit for finally making this happen. And what's interesting? I think you'll find this interesting too. You talked about the Tanzania and Kenya East Africa bombings. Right. That's what he was indicted for. That's what bin Laden was indicted for. There was always a gripe. How come they were never indicted in a U.S. court for the attack of 9/11? When in reality they weren't. So,
what's it like, Rich, when with the between the FBI, CIA, the intelligence communities as they're gathering? You talked about FBI's most wanted terrorist list, right? He's been there, obviously, for forever, and the $25 million, will somebody claim it? Will we even know if somebody does, if that's exactly what happened? But how the intelligence communities work together. Like, describe, when we're talking about something like this, how they work together, how that goes.
Well, that's one of the success stories, from 9/11. Pre 9/11, FBI, CIA just did not operate well together as far as the sharing of information. Shaking hands and saying hello, everything went fine. But the best example is several of the hijackers were down in San Diego. The CIA knew that information but didn't pass it to the FBI pre 9/11, a year prior. And that would have been very helpful information to the Bureau, and who knows what would have happened. Post 9/11, the whole intelligence community was revamped, and more FBI agents sit at CIA headquarters, more CIA people sit in FBI offices, databases are shared, information is shared statutorily. I mean, it's required. And that's what's been real helpful. So I think working these cases has been much more successful.
Yeah. I'm not trying to say anything right now with you specifically about this politically. I'm keeping that aside. I'm just getting to the specifics of how the intelligence community operates in a situation like this. But how long of a lag is there? If we heard that some reports say that this happened over the weekend. Obviously, the president doing this prime time. The political aspects of it. Put that aside. But is there lag time between when the moment that this happens and when intelligence knows? I mean, it's instantaneous, right? There really isn't a lag. Or is there?
They know somebody got blown up, but they need to do a confirmation of who it is.
How do they get that?
So
how do they do that? So that's an interesting part of it as well. Is it if you to get the confirmation of this actually being Zawahiri? So how do you get that? Then the assumption is there's assets on the ground that are able to confirm this in some way, shape, or form, whether that's DNA or I don't know how you do it. So that's an interesting part of this as well. How do you get that confirmation? Is that what it is? Assets on the ground?
That's certainly one of the best ways to do it.
Sure.
If there's somebody, Zawahiri's family was either moved from the house or they waited for them to get moved from the house before the attack, according to reports. So somebody knows what's going on the ground. That's a fair assumption.
Yeah.
And that information works its way through, and that's what the agency's job is to do: is to develop assets around the world. That's what they do, and they're very good at it.
Yeah.
And if somebody was trying to claim that $25 million, which actually comes from the State Department under a program called Rewards for Justice, who knows what they were willing to do? But a photograph, certainly chatter on in some of the online resources that are used by these organizations. So, but you have to remember, Al Qaeda was they were the big guys on the block.
Yeah.
Before ISIS, Al Shabaab, Abu Sayyaf down in the Philippines, and these different groups, and it's I think it's just going to change the tone over the future. There can be the smaller groups will jockey for position, but hopefully this deflates some of their power, at least for several years.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, we got to run. Rich Coco, I appreciate a few minutes of your time talking about the getting of the taking out of Ayman Al-Zawahiri.
Yep.
Yeah. A big deal and big news from yesterday. All right, Rich Coco, I appreciate you, my friend. Thanks for calling in wherever it is that you're at. Glad you had a minute.
I'm here in Fort Myers, Drew. Hope to see you later today.
All right, great. We'll see you. All right, all the best. Thanks
Bye.
so much. All right, Rich Coco there worked, 77? No, it's 21 years with the FBI. And I just always find that interesting, right? You got a drone attack, and it's like, all right, we got him. You want to get confirmation that you got him. I guess the chatter back and forth that that he's there, maybe it's his voice or you hear his voice. It's just interesting to me because then it has to do with what about those assets, the assets that are on the ground. We're told there are no assets, but there are always assets. You've got to have them. You've got to make sure that it's not just technology and digital assets, but it's also human assets. That part of it is important. Also begs the question as to whether or not the move out of Afghanistan was a wise one, being that Al-Zawahiri, like Rich just described, happened to be just out in the outskirts of Kabul. Seems like quite a convenient location to be, considering that not too long ago there would be zero chance that he would be anywhere near that area. Just begs the question, how much are they doing in rebuilding in an area like Afghanistan, where the administration decided that no reason to be there. It's good. We're out, right? Or wasn't it the president that specifically talked about that? Maybe some of the audio of the president's announcement from yesterday. And again, I mentioned this earlier in the program. I always have questions. It's okay to question some of the things politically that have taken place. Look, there's no doubt Zawahiri gone is a good thing. The intelligence community doing what they're supposed to be doing, their job, performing it well, and doing a great job. Congratulations. That is a great get. Zawahiri, there are a lot of people relieved that he is no longer around. Certainly 9/11 family members feeling good that he's not around. Justice ultimately being served. No doubt about it, positive. Now, you flip to the political aspect of it, and there's questions. I got questions. It's just me. So I'm just asking. The first question is of the president and what he said yesterday in this announcement in Washington, D.C.
It is my solemn responsibility to make America safe in a dangerous world. The United States did not seek this war against terror. It came to us.
Okay, I'm just going to stop right there. It's a solemn responsibility to keep us safe. Now, there's some people that might say things like, that is interesting you say that because we've been talking about keeping the country safe on our southern border. Does that go to the southern border? Or is it, I know it's close and the southern border is actually on the border and it's attached. But you know what? Okay, maybe not. So there are questions about the safety and security of the country along our southern border from a president who wants to have you believe that he cares deeply about our safety and security. The Afghan question comes up.
I'm sharing this news with the American people now after confirming the mission's total success through the painstaking work of our counterterrorism community and key allies and partners. My administration has kept congressional leaders informed as well. When I ended our military mission in Afghanistan almost a year ago, I made the decision that after 20 years of war, the United States no longer needed thousands of boots on the ground in Afghanistan to protect America from terrorists who seek to do us harm.
Yeah, we don't need to be there, and, we don't have to have boots on the ground and all of that. Now, the questions become, when it comes to the safety and security of Americans and the people overseas, and how it's his solemn duty. I mean, I think he mentioned that. It was a solemn duty, right? Wasn't that something that he said specifically? It was a duty that was quite solemn. I think it's
as Commander-in-Chief, it is my solemn responsibility.
Responsibility. All right, I got it a little wrong. But anyway, the pulling out of Afghanistan and the way that happened, the safety and security of those that we left behind and how we did this and leaving billions of dollars, $80+ billion worth of equipment there, and leaving airstrips. And the fact that Al-Zawahiri was in the outskirts of Kabul, which is an interesting place to be, considering that it wasn't too long ago that it was not the safest place to be, and now it seems like, So I just have questions, just a couple of things that I'm asking that some people also are asking. I don't understand why you. It seems weird that, but again, I'm just asking. It just seems strange that this happened over the weekend. Now, look, the politics, of course, did you think that the president of the United States, with everything that's going on right now in this country, the problems that we may see later on today when Nancy Pelosi supposedly shows up in Taiwan, and what China's going to decide to do and what kind of actions they're going to take, or is it just all bluster? Is this all just a test to see how we react to their bluster about, listen, buddy, you better not show up there in Taiwan, otherwise we're going to be really ticked off, just to see the reaction of this administration, whether or not it's going to be like, whoa, 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 or whether it's going to be, hey, don't talk to us like that. That kind of attitude. That you would imagine that the president would take primetime, a moment to set it all up, even though it happened over the weekend, for a 7:30 primetime announcement, because, it makes him look good. Like Brett Baer, I guess, talked about just the other day, that it's been a good week. It's been a good week for the, really, it's been a good, in what other way? All the president said is, he just said,
true international effort to pressure,
which everybody knows is the national call for, hey, go get him. That's what it is. Maybe they have a button that makes that sound when Biden really doesn't want to talk about it, and it's like, the intelligence community, you found Zawahiri? All right, go get him. There you go.
True international effort to pressure.
That's the code. Let's go get him. But of course it was going to be primetime. But it's just weird that we didn't hear anything over the weekend. There was no chatter or anything over the weekend about him being taken out. Like the Taliban didn't say anything. Al-Qaeda didn't say anything. That's just weird that we went through the whole weekend and not a peep. Because you would imagine once it happens, it's usually something along the lines of, hey, what just happened? And the Twitterverse goes crazy. And there's always threats. So that seems kind of strange. And that's all. Just a couple of different questions. And of course, the typical, usual issues of the president, bowing up and trying to make people believe that he's always on top of things. He's the tough guy. He's always the one that, listen, we got to go get him, right?
I said we owe the man a direct answer. Mr. President, my suggestion is don't go.
Yeah, that's No-Go Joe. No-Go Joe, who decided we're going to go, but No-Go Joe, who didn't want to go after bin Laden, No-Go Joe, all of a sudden decided that he's going to go. So No-Go went to go. Okay, so, who makes the decisions? So there's that. Plus, yeah, there's always the side of, what about Trump? Why is it that when Donald Trump, as president of the United States, was taking out people like Soleimani and al-Baghdadi, and Biden was slamming him when he did that, the former vice president candidate at the time, and in other times, the President Biden going after, at the time, President Trump for daring to, and what that does to us, and what that does to us as a nation across the world, and how people are going to look at us, and what kind of danger that puts us in, and what a horrible thing to do. This drone strike on Soleimani. This is not a good thing. He doesn't give him the benefit of the doubt of anything. Puts us a heck of a lot closer to war, is what Biden said about going after Soleimani. And okay, all the negative. So you see how that works. Biden's a hero. It's been a great week. Wow, what a commander-in-chief. This guy is amazing. He sent out the alarm. True international average of pressure. Which apparently means go get him. But Trump is an evil, okay, you get the idea. 239-479-5592 is the Brett AC Talk and Text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. You can go there to watch, and you can even go to the channel on Rumble and subscribe. Would you do that for us? We appreciate it. All right, let's take a break. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
I'm Dan Severson, and that's the sound of a fighter jet taking off. Over the course of my 22-year career in the United States Navy as a Top Gun fighter pilot, I've heard that sound thousands of times. From my time as a military officer to serving in the Minnesota legislature, I have always put country and community first. Now, I am running to represent you on the Lee County School Board, and I have the endorsement of former Commissioner of Education, Richard Corcoran. I'm Dan Severson. I'll put an end to the indoctrination of our students through critical race theory and gender grooming. I will rein in the out-of-control budget, put parents back in charge of our children's education, and bring classic curriculum back into our classrooms. We're a conservative community that deserves conservative leadership that we can trust on our school board. I'm Dan Severson. I am that conservative, and I am asking for your vote. Paid by Dan Severson for the Lee County School Board, District 4.
So are you sick and tired of that constant pain in your knees or hips or back, especially this time of year? You need to be moving pain-free, right? Hey, it's Drew Steele for the team at QC Kinetics. Look, QC Kinetics is helping people here every day, giving them lasting pain relief using the latest advances in regenerative medicine. The science is simple. They concentrate on your own body's healing agents and apply them to your aching joints, restoring and repairing damaged tissue with no drugs, no steroids, and no surgery. Listen, the old remedies for pain are not the only remedies. You need to learn more about how regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics can change your life. Make this the last summer you suffer from chronic pain. They've got clinics here and all over America. This is the exciting new natural way to deal with joint pain with no side effects and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN with locations in Naples and Fort Myers. 239-893-PAIN.
In a power outage, the first step is admitting you're powerless. Power outages are common in Florida, especially during a stormy summer. Any homeowner who's experienced a lengthy power outage knows the value of a whole home standby generator. Hi, I'm Nathan, one of the owners here at Generators by Design. We get it. We live here too, and we recognize a reliable source of power is a tremendous comfort and possibly even a lifesaver. Despite what Mother Nature may have in mind, be confident knowing you'll have working lights, appliances, and of course AC. We design and install fully automatic systems for your unique home and specific needs. Give us a call at 239-689-8786, and I will personally come out to meet you and provide a free evaluation and estimate. Or feel free to look us up on the web at generatorsbydesign.com. That's 239-689-8786 or generatorsbydesign.com. Again, that's generatorsbydesign.com. Generators by Design, where your power is our priority.
Didn't you say your in-laws were coming to visit?
Don't remind me.
Yeah, but...
Nothing's good enough for them. Last time, they complained it was too hot in the house.
Well, it is a little warm.
Not my fault. Our old clunky AC just can't beat the summer heat.
But you could.
Gonna be just like before. Let the criticism begin.
Dave.
I'm a deadbeat, can't afford a decent air conditioner. Our daughter deserves better.
Dave.
Oh, they knew all along I'd never amount to anything. And the hotter it gets in here, the more I'm proving them right.
Dave, so what's the best case scenario?
Best case? Okay, somebody comes out and gets that AC blasting ice cold. Nothing to complain about.
That's best?
Sure, but...
That's best. Best Home Services. They have so many specialized technicians, they have a fix the AC before your in-laws get here expert.
You mean?
Might cool down the situation.
GetBest.com. When something goes wrong, we're waiting.
So did your in-laws enjoy their visit?
They left early. Said it was too cold in the house.
Well played, sir.
What if you could build a six-figure retirement income in just 5 payments? You heard right. In just 5 payments, set up a 6-figure retirement cash flow for as long as you live. There's a retirement crisis in America because the pension system of old has been raided and destroyed, and Social Security is already running out of money. Most Americans are shocked to find out they need over $2.5 million to have $100,000 in retirement. A new approach is required to solve this crisis. That's why this revolutionary 5-pay retirement program was released, allowing everyday Americans to use bank money to create a retirement cash flow without relying on Social Security or pensions. Even people who are on track have shifted money to this new strategy because it accelerates the amount they'll have at retirement or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you're over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement in just 5 payments, call Wealth Education Group now at 1-800-283-9595 to see if you qualify for this brand new program. Plus, as a free bonus, you'll get the 5-pay retirement guide and video. Call 800-283-9595. 1-800-283-9595. That's 1-800-283-9595.
I'm Armor Persons, candidate for the Lee County School Board. I am proud to have the endorsement of America's Governor, Ron DeSantis. Our school district has lost its way. Liberals and their extreme leftist policies have taken over. They force transgender policies that allow boys to use girls' bathrooms and compete against them on the athletic fields. And they are pushing anti-American critical race theory ideology in the classroom. I'm Armor Persons, and I'm running for the school board to end this nonsense and put parents and taxpayers back in charge of our schools. And I have the support of Governor Ron DeSantis. Governor DeSantis endorsed me because he knows I am a conservative that will fight to empower parents, end political indoctrination in the classrooms, prioritize school safety, and rein in the out-of-control spending. I'm Armor Persons, and I'm asking for your vote on August 23rd so I can bring conservative policies to the Lee County School Board. Paid by Armor Persons for Lee County School Board, District 5.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
Summer in Southwest Florida, the worst time for your AC to go out. Then the temp starts rising, you get hot, you're frustrated, and now starting to sweat. You need to make a call, but who? Don't sweat, call Brett. Our technicians at Brett Air Conditioning are the best in the industry, providing honest work, quality service, and integrity you can count on. When you call, you can have a peace of mind knowing that we are family-owned and not a corporate company. Our technicians are not salesmen and won't sell you something you don't need. We provide our customers with quality indoor air comfort services and products you can trust. My family has been serving Southwest Florida for 50 years and raising up the next generation, like me, to ensure we stay family-owned.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
License number CAC 1819995.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
We still see heavy congestion westbound on Daniels. This is the aftermath from a crash near Treeline. There's still traffic control in the area, planned for about 25 minutes right now, 82 to 75. And braking right now, there is a reported rollover crash. This Ben Hill Griffin at Alico. East and west Alico, we're seeing some congestion, so if you're making your way to the airport, plan for some extra time. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic, bullet post, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Quiet conditions will persist throughout your Tuesday morning, but you may notice a little bit of a haze to the sky thanks to some Saharan dust moving back in. We will see the return of scattered thunderstorms for late this afternoon and into this evening, where you'll need to look out for some heavy rain along with frequent lightning. A chance for thunderstorms will continue into the early evening hours before we see things wind down shortly after 9-10 p.m. Highs today climb back to 94 degrees. Will cool down to 77 degrees. Kick off another dry start to your Wednesday. A high of 93 for your Wednesday afternoon with more scattered afternoon thunderstorms in the forecast. That'll be the case for your Thursday and Friday as well. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need. The host you trust. Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
This is Kevin Carnes, your Lee County Clerk of Courts and Comptroller. One of the greatest honors of my life was getting the call that America's Governor Ron DeSantis had appointed me to the position of Clerk of Courts. Governor DeSantis knew my 15 years of experience working in the clerk's office, along with my conservative principles, made me the right choice to be your Clerk of Courts. I've worked hard to not let him or you down. Now, I'm running to continue serving in that capacity. I'm Kevin Carnes, and as your Clerk of Courts and Comptroller, I am dedicated to ensuring your government works transparently and you have open access to government records. I also stand as a check and balance to hold our local government accountable. As a lifelong conservative, you can trust me to make the best decisions with your tax dollars and always uphold our constitutional liberties. I'm Kevin Carnes, and I'm asking for your vote so I can keep working as your Clerk of Courts. After all, Governor DeSantis picked me, you should too. Paid by Kevin Carnes, Republican for Lee County Clerk of Courts.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, agile, staying ahead of the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less. That's never been more important than it is right now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month, with no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses, with the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
For a limited time, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Ends 9/21/22. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Restrictions apply. New business 50 megabits per second customers only. Equipment taxes and other charges extra and subject to change. After promo, regular rates apply.
Station is supported by Kubota and Florida Coast Equipment.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, what are you doing here? What are you sitting around for, Jake? You're just sitting around there. He's actually working hard behind the scenes. Of course, you can't see him, so he could be eating a Slim Jim, making pizza. I don't know what he's doing back there. He's got a microwave and a coffee maker. Wouldn't that be nice? What? Did I just give you an idea? I can't hear you. Your mic's not working. Isn't that weird?
A Slim Jim pizza.
A Slim Jim? Isn't that called pepperoni?
Oh, man.
Isn't that kind of the same thing?
Ruin it, didn't you?
Yeah, but how would you do that? You would take a Slim Jim and like slice it up into little mini bits. Top 5. Okay, top 5 audio clips of the day. It's a 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
If you're in an indoor congregate setting and you go to the computer and click on the CDC map and you see that the county that you're in is an orange or a red zone, then when you're in a congregate indoor setting, wear a mask.
I miss that guy. He represents science.
I represent science.
That's the Fauci. Anthony Fauci wants to let everybody know, you need to wear a mask indoors. Let's go. Mask up, everybody. Come on. Masks don't do anything. You got a triple mask. You got a quadruple mask. How about those, the boosters and everything? Wear a mask, everybody. Okay, moving on.
Number 4. Well, can we give it up for the first, second gentleman of the United States of America? And listen, I'm going to talk about my husband for a second. My husband. I love my husband.
That's the vice president of the United States, one tumble upstairs away from the presidency. And there she is talking about, I guess it was like I don't know what it was. It was a moment with her husband, and it was a Zoom call, and it was cringeworthy, is what it was.
Number 3.
The Hampshire police would realise how ridiculous this is. It is. Good. I'm happy to come to this.
What did it need to come to?
Tell us why you escalated it to this level, because I don't understand. I posted something that he posted. You come to arrest me, you don't arrest him. Why has it come to this? Why am I in cuffs? Because there's something he shared, then I shared.
Because someone has been caused, obviously, anxiety based upon your social media post.
Listen, there's nothing to see here. Everything is fine. It will never happen in the United States of America. It's in the UK. They talk weird anyway, from smoking fags to going up lifts to what else do they do? What's some of the other things? Anyway, that is an army veteran who was arrested by British police because of his social media post, and it made somebody feel anxious. British law enforcement arrest a man for retweeting a post on Twitter that reportedly caused an individual to feel anxious. It would never happen in the United States. It would never happen here, right? Right?
Number 2.
Thanks, Green. Is President Biden thinking about pulling his support for the Inflation Reduction Act?
No.
Because he promised it wasn't going to raise taxes on anybody making less than $400,000 a year, but the Joint Committee on Taxation says that is not true.
Well, that is incorrect.
So the Joint Committee on Taxation, which you guys heralded as an effective body when you were selling the infrastructure package, is not to be trusted here.
I said it is not correct because I will give you why it's not correct, because it is incomplete.
Oh, it's incomplete, everybody. So that's the White House press secretary and Peter Doocy from Fox News is just saying, listen, the Inflation Reduction Act doesn't reduce inflation, doesn't do anything like that. As a matter of fact, some people that you lauded in the past were saying things like, yeah, this is a bad idea. It's not going to help. It's going to make things worse. And you don't really want to hear it. So there's the president backing away, and they're like, no, we're good to go. Full steam ahead. Hey, did you hear that he killed Zawahiri? Did you hear about that, everybody?
Number 1.
As Commander-in-Chief, it is my solemn responsibility to make America safe in a dangerous world. The United States did not seek this war against terror. It came to us. We answered with the same principles and resolve that have shaped us for generation upon generation.
Yes, as a matter of fact, we did hear about the killing of Al-Zawahiri, a very, very, very good thing, a horrible terrorist killed because it was prime time yesterday, and the President of the United States announcing it.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
So yeah, we heard about it. The President making it known that that's his solemn duty here as President of the United States to keep us safe. Of course, the southern border, there's not a lot of stuff that's happening along the southern border. There's just people crossing the border who want to be in this country. And there's a couple of people that may come across that we don't really know about or what their plans are. There may be a couple of things that come across, powdery stuff that may hurt people. Well, actually could kill people. But there's just but I'm keeping you secure. Let me tell you, when they told me that Al-Zawahiri was in their sights there in Afghanistan, outside of Kabul in Afghanistan, begs the question. Oh, he gave the order, everybody.
True international effort to pressure.
We're trying to figure out what that meant. And there's the order. Speaking of giving orders, boy, one day could Kamala Harris be giving orders to people? I mean, is that even possible? Nancy Pelosi's even laughing at that. That's not really kind. She's busy. She's making her way to Taiwan. Which, look, could we just be honest about the trip? The first thing is, why does she have to go to Japan and Korea and South Korea and then ultimately to Taiwan? And why does she need to be in the region at all, considering that the chances are she's probably going to not be the Speaker of the House much longer and then probably be retired on top of that. So why is it so necessary at this moment in time? But she does have to go because you can't have the Chinese Communist Party saying, yeah, you're not allowed to go. You have to be more like, no, we're going and you don't get to tell us when we go or not. So she does kind of have to go at this point. And then is this all a test run to see, whether or not we'll react or how this administration will react? And we'll see how everything's going to react soon enough once she's there and we know and we have confirmation. But we have the Vice President of the United States who possibly could be President of the... Sorry, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. So that cringeworthy little video going on, maybe you heard this, maybe you didn't. I played a little clip of it, but I want to play the whole thing in context. Check this out. Here you go.
Hey, everybody! Well, can we give it up for the first, second gentleman of the United States of America? And I'm good. Listen, I'm going to talk about my husband for a second. My husband, I love my husband. But let me tell you, one of the things that has been so wonderful to see about who we are as Democrats.
I'm just going to stop there again. I mentioned this earlier. It is really odd how she can go, my husband, I'm talking about my husband. We have some very serious things that are going on in the country. How she flips like that is just, it's a quality that is... But let it go on.
Who Joe Biden is when he said, I know that a woman can be vice president, right? Is that with that came another history-making event, which is there is now not a second lady, but a second gentleman. And what that means, let's think about it, because I'm going to talk in a moment about what we stand for as Democrats.
Oh, boy.
And a lot of what we stand for, if you want to step back and think about it, is, as Joe Biden often says, the possibilities. We as Democrats have an ability to see what is possible, what can be, unburdened by what has been.
Wow. So there's the Vice President of the United States. What else did she say during this event? Hold on. Talking about voters. What did she say?
One of the things that voters are always going to ask us, because they are right to ask us.
Yes.
You know what they're going to ask us?
No.
Why should I vote?
Yeah, why?
They're going to say, what did I get for voting before? Well, let's listen to the voices of the children, because one of the things that folks got is they said when they voted, I think sometimes the voting is you just putting in your order. This is what you want.
Voting's like putting in an order, Jake. You just, this is what I want. I'll take a Harris and I'll take a side of Pelosi and maybe a little bit of, can you sprinkle in some AOC in there? It's like putting in an order. I'll take that gal, this guy. I'll take.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not allowed to. Okay. Anyway, all right. So it's putting in an order. Go ahead.
So when people stood in those lines for hours, when they sat at their kitchen table for hours figuring out how they were going to fill out their ballot to vote by mail.
Sitting at the kitchen table for hours trying to figure out how they're going to fill out their ballot to vote by mail. Okay.
When they
what? Jake's just beside himself.
Drove by those drop boxes with their kids in the back seat, patiently waiting to drop off that ballot.
Yeah. And there's a whole lot of those drop boxes in some specific areas. It's good to know that we in some states kept the ability to have those drop boxes available, so we can drive by with the kids and drop them off. It's fun. Not that there would be anything to worry about with drop box 2,000 mules. I'm just what? What did I say? I didn't say anything. Dinesh just 2,000 mules. What? Anyway, so it's fine. So look, you're at the kitchen table. It takes hours to figure out what are you gonna do, how are you gonna fill this thing out, and then you're gonna vote by mail. So it's just like putting in an order, Jake. That's all it is. It's like you pulling up at the drive-thru and saying, "I'll take 4 cheeseburgers and what?"
The difference is when I put it in an order and I ask for no cheese on my hamburger and they give me chicken tenders, I get a refund. There's no refund for that.
When did you ever order a cheeseburger and get chicken nuggets instead?
I've had some experiences with the delivery services.
Oh, with the delivery service. I thought you meant at the drive-thru. Drive-thru, that doesn't happen.
Oh, yeah, it does. All the time.
Doesn't. No, you can correct that easily, right?
Well, yeah, you just drive back around into the line that's wrapped around the building because of all the people trying to deliver food to other people who are too lazy to go out and just go to a drive-thru and get it.
Wait a minute. So you're saying you're not one of those people that when you get the bag, you look in the bag to make sure the order's right before you pull away from the window.
That is the least you can do.
Is that etiquette? This takes us to a weird place, and whatever. It's the end of the program, so if you want to call 239-479-5592 or text, what's the proper etiquette at a drive-thru? Do you get the bag of goodies and look through to make sure the order is right, or do you drive off and then do it and then pull around again? Because some people would say it's not courteous to stay at the window and look at the bag because you're holding up the line, but then others would say, well, just make sure it's right while you're there to get it right so you're not wrapping back around again because you're ultimately going to be holding things up.
The idea of going through the drive-thru, essentially for the company, is time-based. They're trying to get you in and out as quick as they can. That's the whole point of the drive-thru, right?
Yeah.
It's to be convenient for you, fast for them. And there are some people, it's like, we'll just start. When you pull up to the speaker, right? You're giving your order, and they keep asking you over and over again, is that all? Is that all? Don't stop your order. Just continuously, don't wait for them to say okay, just give it all to them. And then you get to the window, yes, every time check your food. It's not your problem.
Well, you should be checking it anyway.
Always. Yeah. Always check it.
Listen, you should be happy you didn't live in the 70s and 80s with drive-thrus. Because everything was... I can't understand what you're... I have no idea.
Want a salad with that?
Exactly. You didn't know. I didn't say anything about salad. Because it wasn't until like the 90s or something that they... Was it the 90s or the 2000s where they started to serve... McDonald's and some other places were like, hey, let's do healthy salads. And people like, salads? Wait a minute. That's... No.
I didn't know they had those.
Didn't they used to have salads at the... I think they did. I don't think I'm wrong about that. I think certain fast food restaurants had salads because they were like, we're going with the healthy option. People are like, I don't come here for the healthy options. I come here for you to slather stuff on something that needs to be slathered on, and it's not a salad. You know, it's...
I have other developing news if you'd like to hear.
Oh, yeah, go. It's better than what we're talking about now.
Okay,
whatever
so,
it is. And please don't make it about food or tech.
Well, it's both. Okay? Because there's a robot that eats people for fuel, right?
No.
The most terrifying thing.
No. What are you talking about?
There's a robot that eats people for fuel.
Wait, this real, or is this something in one of your World of Warcraft Part 17 video games?
No, this is real.
No, there's no such thing. What are you talking about? Where did you find this?
I just had to combine technology and food.
Did you find? Okay, you're just making stuff.
Yeah, I just made it up.
Stop doing that. All right, you're gonna scare people. Should I just answer? Maybe I'll
go for it.
I should just answer. Okay,
go for it.
I'm just gonna do this. The end of the program, we gotta go. I'm just answering phones randomly. What's your name? Who is this?
This is Alan.
Alan, you're on the air right now. You're live. Go ahead, Alan. What do you want to say before we finish out this fine program?
I just wanted to find out if you have a list somewhere of the local political recommendations for this.
Are you getting attacked by a dog right now, Alan?
Oh, he's barking at somebody out the window. Sorry.
Okay, as long as it's not you getting attacked, because that would make news. Forget about the robot that eats people that Jake just made up. I get a caller in here. It's getting attacked by a dog. Yes. So you're looking for recommendations for candidates that are going to be running. Is that what you're looking for?
Yes. Usually you have a list somewhere on I don't know whether it's Facebook or
so you're talking about the candidates themselves or recommendations of people that we like?
Recommendations of people that you like.
Oh, thank you for trusting us with that. Maybe soon. It's not that time yet, but I'll work on it. I'll work on it today.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. There goes Alan. People walking in the studio while we're on the air, randomly taking calls.
And there's a text message saying that why text, you guys never respond. We can't. We're not allowed to anymore. So.
It's a long story. We got some tech issues in the building. Let's just put it that way. That we're solving tomorrow or some other day. We got to go. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
You're commuting to the office or driving to the beach. Always stay to the right with 92.5.